How do we feel then, Blades, ahead of this playoff semi-final second leg at the City Ground against Nottingham Forest? If you want to annoy them, call them Notts Forest. My name is Hal. I'm going to be with you for this watch-along, probably my last ever watch-along, and I'm not on my own. Statsman Adam is with me. Looking forward to this one, Adam?
Absolutely. Absolutely nothing to lose. Everyone's written us off, and that is when the Blades are at their most dangerous.
Well, that's a way of looking at it. I like that kind of positivity. I was just on BBC Radio Sheffield before we did this saying that, yeah, if I was a player for Sheffield United, I'd be fairly annoyed at the fact that all the Forest fans, all their players, basically treating it like they're already at Wembley. I mean, I've been hearing Forest fans today saying they've already booked their hotels. That's the kind of stuff you need to stick on the wall, as we used to do with Chris Wilder, to just really get the players galvanised and amped up for this. How do you feel when you hear things like that?
I let them do it. Cocky attitude. It will come back and bite them in the backside.
Well, let's hope so.
Let's hope so. But it's never dangerous. Never crow before it's over. I've watched Sheffield United long enough. You've watched Sheffield United long enough to know that anything can happen. If it'd been the other way around, we'd have been we could still throw this away. If it had been in the situation in reverse. And as you said on the preview last night, if you're 2-1 down in a game away from home, you've got 45 minutes to turn it round. You get into them and see what happens. We've got 90. We've got 90 minutes to turn this around. Go with the blueprint that we've had for most of the season away from home. Keep it tight. Get to half-time 0-0. Get to the hour mark 0-0. That is not a disaster. It doesn't need to be gung-ho from the start.
I agree with that. I think actually gung-ho from the start plays right into Forest's hands, and they'll want to hit us on the counter-attack with their pacey men that we saw at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. I'll just mention this comment from Chris while it's on screen. Hal is all over the place today. Radio Sheffield, ITV calendar. Just checking my living room in case he's hiding in there. I was on Hallam FM as well. It's taken Hallam FM quite a long time to get me on. Hal on Hallam, the marketing writes itself. I'm amazed they took as long as they did. But you also didn't mention Radio 5 Live, where I was invited on to join Claire and Tony. And Claire introduced me as Hal from the Sheffield Wednesday way.
Disgraceful.
Yeah. I should probably have said, it's great to be on Talk Sport. Yeah, exactly.
Great to be on Talk Sport, yeah.
Honestly. Anyway, Adam, that's enough nonsense. Let's look at the team lineups for today. We should start with the home side, but we don't care. So let's talk about the Blades team versus Forest. I'll reel it off and then I'll get your thoughts. We've got Wes, George Baldock, Rhys Norrington-Davis, Jackie Longthrow, Egan Basham, Norwood Fleck, Sander Berge, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Iliman Ndiaye. What do you reckon?
Baldock for Osborne, spot on decision. Fortunately, I didn't think Ozzy had the greatest of games in the first leg, to be honest. I think it was a case of out of position. He was exposed. I don't know if it was the ex-Forest thing. Baldock had to play. I think it's a much better bet. Ender Stevens was just run absolutely ragged. The line is that he's out injured. So if that's the case, then hopefully for any potential final, he is fit. But Rhys Norrington-Davis, he came on, didn't he, with just minutes left in the first game. So maybe there was a knock for Stevens. Maybe that's what was behind the change then. But I've got no problems with that. It's what we've got. We can't really do a lot more.
Osborne for Rhys Norrington-Davis. That is then, for me, a more settled and better lineup. Rhys Norrington-Davis, I've seen him be exposed. I've seen teams target him. I don't think, from what I've seen this season, that he's as good as Ben Osborne as a footballer. And I think Ben Osborne gives you 100% wherever he plays.
He does. But what message does that send out if you're playing? We've had this debate. What is Ben Osborne's best position?
But I think he is a left wing back. So I don't think that says to Rhys Norrington-Davis, you're third in the pecking order. I don't think it does. I think it just says for this game. Also, who's going to be up for it, more than someone going back to the City Ground than Ben Osborne?
True, but after the scars of Saturday, is Norrington-Davis coming in fresh?
He slipped.
Fresh legs.
Are you on about that goal where Ben slipped? Because anyone can slip, and that's because they overwater the pitch at Bramall Lane, which all too well.
I personally thought we're exposed down both the left and the right-hand side. It's my opinion, particularly Stevens more so than Osborne. But yeah,
all right. Look at this comment.
It's all opinions
from Scott Kelly. Reece Norrington-Davies. If I was Steve Cooper, I'd be saying run at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott agrees with me. I mean, what do you think to that?
Opinions. All opinions, mate. All opinions. I'm happy with it. I'm not too disgruntled it's Norrington-Davies. Yes, he could have gone with Osborne, but I think R&D will do a job.
He's going to have to. He hasn't played for a while. That's another reason why I would have stuck with Ben Osborne, who is match ready. Let's look at the Forest side. They're going to play a 3-4-1-2. Samba in goal. I would say, Adam, that if we can test him, he seemed to be mighty susceptible to set pieces. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, he was all over the shop, wasn't he? He's probably going through his time wasting manual, which he did from about 11 minutes in. On Saturday, it took him about 3 hours to take every goal kick. And, I think he was a victim of not concentrating. He was too busy in stoppage time, thinking, how do we waste time, and concentrating on his job. Because if I'm a Forest fan, I'm absolutely livid at his effort for the goal that we scored. He was just absolutely nowhere. He looks completely susceptible. But the downside is we haven't got any big men for crossers to come in to put that pressure on, unless you put in Sanderberger right up at the top. It's going to be challenging him from set pieces, likes of John Egan, getting up there and trying to rattle him a bit.
I mean, he's a good keeper, Adam. Isn't that fair to say as well?
He can be a good goalkeeper. He's a good shot stopper. He's got a really good record at the City Ground. He's hardly conceded anything. They're very similar records in terms of goals conceded. I think Forest, it's 5 goals conceded in the calendar year at home in the league, and 2 of those were against Stoke. Pretty similar to Wes, who 2 goals against Reading. Other than that, there's a plethora of clean sheets. But he's someone we can get at. It's not, we're not going to beat him. We're not going to beat him. So I'm calling it now. Wes versus Samba. When it comes to penalties, Wes wins. Later tonight, you've heard it here first.
All right, we've got Worrell, Cook and McKenna. He's magic. And the back 3, last time I'll do that. Jed Spence on loan from Middlesbrough plays that white right wing-back position, or that white wing-back position if you're Jonathan Ross. Yates, Garner and Colback, who's in for the injured Max Lowe. Of course, Lowe wouldn't be able to play anyway as per the terms of the loan agreement, but he is injured. Then you've got the very tricky number 11, Zinkernagel. Adam, I thought he had really magic feet and caused the Blades a lot of problems at Bramall Lane.
He did. They all did going forward. The one I was really impressed with, which I wasn't expecting, was Surridge. I thought his work rate and the way that he sort of dragged defenders out. I didn't realise he was that good. I have to say, he really impressed me.
Well, I spoke to Benjamin Bloom, fellow YouTuber, before the game, and actually he was just waxing lyrical about Sam Surridge and telling me if Keenan Davis isn't fit, don't worry, because Sam Surridge is the better striker. So I was like, wow, okay. I'll take his word for it because he knows the Championship despite being an Ipswich fan. So I'll carry on with the team. Zinkernagel playing behind the front 2 of Brennan Johnson, who is whose son, Adam?
David Johnson.
The former Blade. And Sam Surridge, who we just mentioned, wearing number 16 tonight. The subs for the home side: Horvath, Figueiredo, Keenan Davis, Laye, Mighton, Diaz, or Cafu as he's also known, and Lolly. Got to be some player if you're a footballer and you're called Cafu, right?
Yeah, just a bit.
Absolutely. Actually, I didn't run through the bench for the Blades, but Davis, Adam Davis, Ben Davis, Osborne, Howrahan, Uremovic, Big Phil, Asula, he is Sokula, and Daniel Jebison. The referee is Michael Oliver. What do you remember of his refereeing performances when the Blades have been involved, Adam?
Mixed. Mixed.
Are you thinking of the...
Yes. I was going to steer clear of that, but yeah.
Well, he was the referee for Sheffield United at Aston Villa when football resumed after lockdown and didn't give that ghost goal, that Ollie Norwood goal that clearly nestled in the back of the net. And I really do think, as a referee, if you are relying on your watch buzzing to tell you that a ball is clearly over the line when in the old days you wouldn't have had that, just use your eyes. It was so far over. Absolutely ridiculous, and they came up with all sorts of excuses, Hawkeye, as to why it didn't work. I think at one point saying, even including the occult. So we'll just leave it at that. Let's hope he has a really far better refereeing performance tonight. I want to just bring our members up on screen. Thanks to all of you that are members. Tonight, Nick is not here with us because Nick is lucky enough to get a ticket for the game. I'm very, very jealous of Good Nick, but I hope he has a really wonderful time. I hope he does see one of the most memorable nights in Sheffield United supporting history. Adam, would you agree with this statement? If Sheffield United win tonight, it will be the greatest night in our Blade supporting life.
No. In a word, no.
What would you say?
Not the greatest night. There has been some great nights, but it would be even greater if we got to Wembley and won it. I think for me, some of the great nights, the second leg against Forest last time around, 2003, what a great night. The day at Leicester going up, winning 5-2 will always take some beating in Blades history. So it's up there, but it will not be the greatest.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Bobby Davison as well. Probably worth a mention. So John making an interesting point about how we should approach this game. I'd like your thoughts on how we approach this game. I'm hearing different things from Blades. Some say attack them from the off. I do think, as we've already discussed, that plays into Forest's hands. They would love to attack Sheffield United on the counter, just as they did actually for large parts at Bramall Lane. Do you then maybe sit back and actually hope that the Forest crowd, 23 years out of the top flight, desperate to get back, already booking their hotels, start to get restless because they can't break down a stubborn, not lying too deep Blades defence. And then inevitably we start to have a few spells. What do you see and how do you approach this tactically? Put your Paul Heckingbottom hat on.
For me, like I said, I think we play like we have away from home a lot of the season. A lot's been made 25 times 0-0 at half-time. It could be an argument for scoring too early. If we score too early, like after, say, 5-6 minutes, as great as it would be, that gives Forest 84 to respond, 84, 85 minutes to respond. And, I think that could be... Going in front so early could be bad news. I think it's a case of keep it tight, keep it 0-0, snuff them out, and then hopefully nick something in the last quarter of the game. And I think the plan has to be, let's see how we can extend this game to extra time to start with. If we get a 2-goal advantage, great, brilliant. But, ultimately it's go out and get one. And we have to score first tonight. We cannot afford to do a Swindon and be 3-0 down in 20 minutes, 5 goals or 4 goals behind on aggregate and needing 5 to go through. Yes, that ended 5-5. That's not going to happen again. Forest go 3-0 up in 20 minutes, then it's game over. I think if Forest, even 1-0 is potentially game over. Could we come back to get 2 on the night? Possibly, but we've got to score first, but not too early. That's how I'd approach it. Half-time 0-0 is good as long as we're not getting overrun and putting ourselves in a bit of the mire. But we've got to take chances when we get them because it's always tricky, isn't it? But I said that. Look at Fulham. We went away to Fulham and I scored after 3-4 minutes and we held on magnificently. Yeah. But there's a lot more on the line today, so we shall see.
Indeed, we shall. I would just remind you, if you want to be a member and support the channel, hit join when you're looking on YouTube. Please remember to give this video a like and tell other people about this channel. It is Forest versus the Blades at the City Ground. This is a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. It is on Sky Sports Football in the UK for those that can't make it. And the way this works, if you've never watched a watch-along before, you put it on your TV and you have us as your very biased Blades commentary. Of course, if you're a Forest fan, you're also welcome because the views all count. Adam, give me the head-to-head between Forest and the Blades, please.
So it's pretty close. Blades have won 46 games. Forest just have the edge. Their win on Saturday, the 49th between the sides, and 34 draws, including both playoff games last time, which of course are officially both draws, 1-1 and 2-2 respectively. So it's pretty close. It's there's a mix in recent history as well. It's not like sort of one team's gone on a real run. It's not like they've been a bogey team for us. They've had the edge of sort of recent history, but we had that marvellous FA Cup win. So it's been pretty close. So hopefully games won. Well, it needs to go to 47 tonight, and hopefully we can nick this. I'm feeling a lot more buoyant now than what I was at 5-5 on Saturday. That is for sure. I think as the time's elapsed, confidence has sort of grown.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, it's like, we're out of this. it's kind of written ourselves off. I don't expect to qualify. Don't expect to get to Wembley. Don't expect for the disappointment. Then, Sunday it's like, actually, you know what? We're still in this. It's gone from game over to game on with that goal in stoppage time. Monday, heading back to work, talking to my number 2 supporting Wednesday fan they've had a bad experience with the playoffs. I was like, oh no, we're still in this. We're still in this. We can turn it around. Living where I do in Wakefield, I know a lot of Huddersfield fans, and they're rooting for us tonight. The Huddersfield fans are rooting for us.
Wow, is that because of the Wembley match before, that they've only got good memories of a Wembley trip against the Blades?
Good memories of that. They also they do fear Forest, so I'm not going to be there. They'd rather play us than Forest. They know that we're light up front, and the games, they've got the edge over us this season as well. So they feel much more confident in playing us. But it'd be nice to meet up with old friends at Wembley. And lightning doesn't often strike twice. They won the last one. We could win this one. I'm going to be positive all night, Hal.
Yeah, you are. You're Mr. Positive, and I like it. I respect it. I also respect Alessandro, who says, it was great to meet you at QPR, Hal. Hopefully pull off a result like that tonight. God, I'm nervous. Come on, Blades. Alessandro, it was brilliant to meet you. Come on, Blades, indeed. Meet the whole family, actually. That was a great night. QPR away, without doubt, my favourite game of the season, as they say. You had to be there. Let's have a quick look then at reasons to be positive. I'm going to give you one, Adam, and then I know you've got a few in the chamber. So Paul Heckingbottom has won all 3 of the playoff campaigns he's been involved with. He won the away leg all 3 times, 2 times as a player, once as a manager, and he's confident we can win tonight. I mean, it will be by 2 clear goals if we're going to win it in normal time, unless we fancy sort of stringing it out, getting a goal, then getting another goal maybe, or stringing it out to penalties could also be a way of approaching this. But yeah, give me some reasons to be positive.
Reasons to be positive. Nottingham Forest at home in the playoffs. So they won 2-0 at Hewish Park at Yeovil. 2-0 away from home, coasting towards a final. Forest fans had also booked their tickets on that occasion. Nottingham Forest 2, Yeovil 5. So just shows you they're not infallible. Nobody in their right mind would have said Yeovil would have gone and scored 5 away at Nottingham Forest to go through. Then Blackpool, they got a draw at Blackpool, and at home they lost 4-3. So they haven't got a great record in front of their home fans in the big games. So there's hope. There really is hope. Temper that. Blades have never won an away fixture in the playoffs. So it's got to change. Records are there to be broken.
I knew you'd managed to twist that into a positive, because that, as a lone standing stat, is not positive.
Yeah, it's not. But records are there to be broken. And my favourite one of them all has got a lot of support of Twitter on this, but Nottingham Forest had only won 2-1 away from home on 1 occasion prior to Saturday. The first home game after that, the very next game, they lost at home 4-0.
I love it. I love it. I'll give you another positive. It is only half-time, Adam, and it only took us 30 minutes to turn it around against Nottingham Forest in 2003.
Correct.
I can't wait for this game. The Blades hopefully can give us a night to remember. Let's get your score predictions. Pop them in the comments. What do you think is going to happen in this huge second leg at the City Ground? Nottingham Forest 2-1 up against the mighty Blades from the first leg. Adam, I will take your score prediction while people type them out.
You're going to put me on the spot, but I'm going to go Nottingham Forest 0, Sheffield United 1, and then Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 3 after extra time.
Wow, I mean, I don't know where to begin.
I think we'll get it to extra time. I'm going to go for I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go for a Chris Basham goal. 10 minutes from time. 10 minutes from time to take it to extra time. This man's had a dream.
You're reading comics. That's what you're doing. Go on.
Yeah. Then it goes to extra. Goes to extra time. We get the one to go in front on a Forest score. Then 122nd minute, we just stop them from bouncing. Everyone thinks it's going to penalties. Wham, bam. There's the winner. Off we go. Wembley, here we come. Man's going to have a dream, but Blades to win after extra time.
It's amazing how confident some of these Blades are in the chat. I think if you'd asked a lot of people after Saturday when we were leaving the lane, as you and I were, Adam, in the baking sun, I don't think we were all leaving full of confidence. And I think it's amazing what time can actually do to you, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, if we'd have lost 2-0, then I'd have said we'd have won 3-0 tonight. That's just the way
That's the way you are, isn't
it? We're always going to get one more. You've got to be hopeful. But I seriously think that goal on Saturday, it's an overused phrase, but it is a massive, massive goal. And I genuinely think it has gone from game over to game on, thanks to that goal.
And they should have put us out of sight. Let's look at the Blades team then. If you have just joined us here on the Sheffield United Way, the best, and this is a fact, YouTube channel for football in the entire Football League. That's been voted. We've got in goal, Wes. League One, Wes. Are we crazy? We're crazy for him. Then we see the return of gorgeous George Baldock at right wing back. Then we see the return of Reece Norrington-Davis at left wing back. We've got Jackie Longthrow playing pretty well at the moment. Has his critics. I've always been, Adam,
a big fan.
A big fan. Then we've got John Egan, no slips. We've got Chris Basham, the signer of a new 2-year contract. Age ain't nothing but a number, as I believe Andre 3000 said for the Atlanta hip-hop group Outkast. We've also got Oliver Norwood. When he plays well, United play well. We've not got Jimmy. We've got John Fleck next to him. Then we have Sander Berger. Do you want me to say Berger or Berge? You choose now and I'll stick with that.
Sander Berger.
Right, Berger it is. Morgan Gibbs-White. Is this, Adam, the last time we see Morgan Gibbs-White in a Blade shirt?
No. It's probably the penultimate time we see him in a Blade shirt.
If we go up, I'll tell you now, he's with us next season. And Iliman Ndiaye on this picture sporting an absolutely fantastic moustache, which I welcome. On the bench, we've not seen a great deal of him. Adam Davies, Ben Davies, Daniel Jefferson, Asula, he is so cooler. Ben Osborne, Haurahan, and that man, Big Phil Juremovic. And just because I didn't actually put his picture on, there he is, just to prove we do have one. So your predictions have been coming through thick and fast. I cannot quite believe how positive some of these Blades fans are tonight. It truly is fantastic to see. So let's hope we can pull off what will be one of, if not the most memorable night, going away from home against a team on red-hot form who have a fantastic home record, who had their entire season transformed under the Welshman Steve Cooper. Adam, there's parallels, though, isn't there, with what Forest have done to with what the Blades have done?
There is. I've just seen the stat come up on Sky. So Forest's last 10 championship home games, 9 wins and a draw with Stoke, and they scored at least 2 in every one of the last 10. So records, they're there to be broken. I'm going to keep banging on about it. They are there to be broken. Forest are on such a good run at home. We run such a good run at home. There's only the Reading blip, really, that we've had at home. So, everyone's expecting it to be Forest to go through. It's theirs to lose.
Simon says, if it gets ugly, can we do the bird name game? I mean, that is a game we've played on this channel before. We usually reserve all that kind of nonsense for when we are losing. And it was usually that season, wasn't it, in the Premier League, when we were getting battered and we just kind of, like I remember losing to Arsenal 3-0 and we were just started talking about your holiday in Bali. But we also did chicken-related footballers, and we had some really great names. We had some really bad ones as well, like Ollie McChicken and Lise Moosegg. So if the game is descending into farce, yes, we will return to that kind of nonsense. But let's hope we don't need to do that, because, to be honest, I don't really want to tonight. I'm too nervous and there's too much riding on it. Why isn't Billy Sharp playing today? I can tell you that he had travelled with the team and was hoping to be on the bench, and it was actually a last-minute decision that Billy was not involved today. I can tell you if we do win, highly likely he would be involved in some way at Wembley, but just come too soon this game for that calf injury. Lots of support and player connections as well, because Sam said David McGoatrick, absolutely. Adam, players you can think of that played for both, and you can include current players.
Luke Freeman, Max Lowe, David McGoldrick, Sir William of Sharp, to name but a few. I'll let you name a few. Well,
we've had Didsey, so why not, throw him in there again. Also, Super Jack Lester, another fantastic shout that is worth mentioning now on the coaching staff at the Lane. What are your memories of Jack as a player?
Oh, great memories of Jack as a player. When he played against us, I used to think he used to dive all over the place in a play that we used to hate to play against. But then when he played for us, that turns around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, Jack was, I'd go as far to say, is probably the best player to play for both Forest and Sheffield United for what he did for the club.
Well, Billy Sharp.
Well, yeah, but what did he do for Forest?
I know, not as much.
Jack Lester is a legend in both parts, isn't he?
I'll give you another one. Jack Robinson.
Jackie Longthrow.
And you've insulted my family friend, a man who came to my wedding and gave me away. Kingsley Black. He didn't really give me away. That's not how it works. Kingsley Black, a former played for both player. Are you seriously saying he's not the one that leaps to your mind first and foremost?
Well, Danny Cullip. I'm just going to... Yeah, I could throw quite a few. There's been a fair few that have played for both.
There's been loads. There's been
loads. Mr. Gareth Taylor, Carl Tyler. Yeah.
Andy Reid, David Johnson.
Reid. Yeah.
Max Lowe.
And Andy Reid, David Johnson, of course, scored against us and then became Blades in the last playoff game. In that
playoff game, absolutely. 2-0 up, 30 minutes later, all change. I remember we were watching that game together. You sent me a message, or you were sat next to me. Which one was it? I think you sent me a message. I think you were sat somewhere else.
Where was that?
The 2003 home game, the 4-3. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
No, I was on the front row of the Cup.
Right. You sent me a message on my, what would have been a Nokia 3210. And at 2-0 to Forest, your message, do you remember what it said? Because I remember it clear as day.
No, go on.
You wrote, "Say goodbye to Michael Brown."
Yeah, that's what you wrote. About right. I remember when Michael Brown scored and got the first one back. It's one of the few times I've not actually celebrated a goal. I literally stood up and went, "Right, that's one. We need another now," and literally didn't give it any thought of celebration whatsoever. I was just annoyed at how the night had gone so far. And then, of course, Steve Cabot gets the equaliser, and then, oh my God!
Do me a favour. If we're 2-0 down tonight, send me a message as soon as that second goal goes in, saying you can say goodbye to Michael Brown.
I'll say goodbye to Gibbs White.
I'll
modernise it.
I'll
modernise it.
Fair enough. Right, here's the team just running on the ticker on the bottom for the Blades. We've got Wes in goal. We've got George Baldock, Reece Norrington Davis, Jackie Longthrow, John Egan, Choo Choo Basham, Oliver Norwood, John Fleck, Sander Berger, Morgan Gibbs-White, Iliman and Dye. On your bench, it's Adam Davis, Ben Davies, Uremovic, or Big Phil, Ozzy, Howrahan, Osula, and Daniel Jebison. Your Forest team is Samba, Spence, Worrell, Colback, Zinkernagel, Surridge, Johnson, Yates, McKenna, Cook, and Garner. On the bench for them, they have Horvath, Davies, Lolly, Figueiredo, Laya, Cafu, and Mighton. Adam, who worries you for Forest when you look at that lineup?
Well, Jed Spence, he worries me. He's a class act. Taking it aside, I mean, he needs someone just to stick one on him early on. I mean, I'm never one for advocating it, but if there's someone I want to pick up a knock that lasts round about the whole of this game, a light injury on him would be lovely, just to put him out of the game. Zinkernagel, if he plays like he did at Bramall Lane, will cause us problems. They're quite fast paced. They do get forward. And I said Forest were the best team I'd seen at Bramall Lane in the league game, and they were the second best team that I've seen at Bramall Lane in the playoffs. So, but on the home patch, we've got to try and keep them quiet. And it's going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky. Let's not kid ourselves. All the positivity in the world, and we're going to be positive. But I honestly believe we're going to get something. I genuinely believe.
You heard it here. He's Mr. Positive.
We're going to be in it. I don't feel like we're going to be out of it early on. I feel that at least we're going to be in it and in with a squeak. I'm not saying we'll necessarily do it.
But crowd. Help us as well on this channel to get to 16,000 subscribers for the best Sheffield United fan-created content. Subscribe to the Sheffield United Way YouTube channel. We've got interviews with former and current players, fans forums. We'll be doing our end-of-season fans forum. When is the end of the season? We just don't know. And of course, watch-alongs like you're enjoying for free right now. Please subscribe. You just need a Google Mail account. It is for free. You'd really be helping us. We're currently got the second most subscribers in the Football League. We are behind Millwall. You cannot let us be behind the Millwall Lions TV fan channel. We're only just behind, and they have taken it in quite a poor spirit. Nick pointing this out on social media, and they've now wagered a bet that they will get to 25k before us, and there's a financial bet involved, and we stand to lose three figures.
I think we need a clock, Hal.
We need a clock. Good shout, Adam. What a legend. And also we need to remind you to help with the super chat for tonight. So if you can help support the channel with a super chat, that would be absolutely amazing, especially as we might have to fork out some cash to Lions TV. As soon as the game starts, which you can watch on Sky Sports Football, you will see a clock in the top right-hand corner. Yes, we have a clock for this game. What could possibly go wrong? It is Forest who will be kicking off. And there we go, clock away. First time I've actually managed to use it in anger. Isn't that exciting? And we've got your score, of course, on screen as well. Here we are for the watch along. We will do our best to bring you a biased Blades commentary as things happen, and you are watching them right now. Our clock seems to be only half a second slightly ahead of Sky's, but you're going to get the rough idea. And if you are just joining us, it's 2-1 over the piece to Nottingham Forest on aggregate at the end of the night. We'll see what happens. Away goals do not count. It would go to extra time if, for example, the score was 2-1 to Sheffield United. Adam, how are you feeling now you've seen these Forest fans and the amount of noise that they are going to be making against what is a very paltry 2,000 that were allowed to have tickets, which I think was a disgrace, at £29 a pop?
Yeah, they'll be quiet. They'll be quiet in a few minutes. See it off. We expect noise. You know, Bramall Lane was noisy. What I liked about Saturday is when Forest scored after 10 minutes, you know, we really got behind the team. We didn't wade from the support. It only really sort of the last sort of 10, 15 minutes, it really quietened down. I thought the fans were nothing short of superb on Saturday, in fairness.
I think you're right.
The rapturous applause at half-time, even though they were a goal down and they'd clearly been played off the park. I just felt the fans were great. But yeah, Forest are going to be noisy, but our 2,000 will make a bit of racket, I'm sure.
So you've seen the kickoff. Here we are bringing you the action as much as we can as it happens with our Bias Blades commentary. We have no Bobby in the background. If we miss any of your comments, I can only apologise. My nephew broke my glasses, and these are the slightly wrong prescriptions, so I can hardly read any of the comments. I'm getting the new ones, but they won't arrive till Friday. So please write things that are appropriate, because I won't be able to see until they're on screen. There you go. Honesty is the best policy. The Blades going towards the left, wearing black and white, as of course you'd expect against Forest's red. We've got on the screen at the moment, we can see Jack Robinson. What have you made of his turnaround?
Most improved player of the season, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
That sums it up.
Second half.
We've got the ball in the middle of the park. We've got Norrington Davies coming forward. Oh, he's just lost out. That was momentary excitement. We thought Norrington Davies was going to burst into the box, but just a heavy touch. Forest come clear, and it looks like it's raining at the City Ground, looking at that camera angle, Hal.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's raining where I am as well in leafy Buckinghamshire. And I think the weather could play a small part because they will have watered the pitch as well. So hopefully the players are wearing the long studs for this one. When I think they would have left Sheffield, United players would have thought, what a beautiful sunny day. It was really gorgeous weather where I was today. Absolutely baking, 27 degrees. And you would have thought you wouldn't need your long studs for this. I really hope the kit man has packed them, because as we saw at Bramall Lane, you might think it's a bit of a silly thing to say, but I think that the overwatered pitch did play a big part in the goals. What do you think?
Possibly. Same for both sides, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it was the Blades players who slipped at the crucial moments. Helen, by the way, let's give a massive shout out to Helen. Well, hey, Blades and Bladettes, I'm delighted to be with you and hoping we will have something to celebrate tonight. Helen, you are a tremendous supporter of the channel, and we think you are tremendous. So great to have you along. I'm really glad we were able to get your message up on screen.
It's been a bit of a nothing start. A lot of the ball in the midfield. It's going to be one of those nights, Hal. It's going to be one of those nights.
Well, we'll take one of those nights because, to be honest, we don't want, the worst thing we could possibly imagine. I think the neutral would even agree, if you are a neutral and you're watching this, would be an early Forest goal. I think that kills the tie. The Blades, of course, it wouldn't change the way that many are saying we'd have to play. Got to come out. But, of course, if United come out gung-ho or attacking in that vein, it would be playing into Forest's hands. They'd love to just pick us off on the counter. I think that the best way to approach this one, and I'm no manager, of course, is to actually soak up a lot of pressure, but not sit too deep, and maybe go direct every now and again. Have those spells where you're going to have slightly more of the ball, but mix it up. I think the last thing we want to do is go all out attack thinking we've got to score early, because we don't have to score early. It's going to be a long, long night.
It is. What we're in behind. Is he onside yet? Undie's onside.
Let's get some support then in the box.
Here we go. Jackie Long throws forward, and it's going to be kept in by Undie to Norrington Davis, who's looking in field. Come on, John. John Fleck, he's still got it. He's looking to win a corner, but he's want to throw in. It's a good, promising start. It's a chance for Jackie Longthrow to hurl one in here. Let's test Samba's set-piece prowess early and see what sort of mood he's in tonight in goal.
Yeah, absolutely. What we want to see from Jack Robinson, in my opinion, is the ball not thrown directly to the keeper. He needs to throw them more on the penalty spot. We've seen Jackie Longthrow throw these far too close to the keeper throughout his time at United. Let's see it slightly differently today. Jackie Longthrow on 5, gets a hurler in. It's a much better throw. That's what we wanted to see. Chance falling, get some shots away, Blades, and it's just not going to quite fall to a United foot. It'll be kept alive by Oliver Norwood. Rubbish. The ping not on, and it's cleared quite easily by Nottingham Forest, just keeping that ball around halfway. It's a bit of head tennis at the moment until Oliver Norwood wants to bring it down. He's listening. He's going direct. Looks to flick it on. That was a chance, Adam.
It was. It just didn't fall for us. They're trying to get the shot away, and it just sort of pinged around in the box, and it just didn't fall in front of anybody to lash your boot at it. And Forest got it clear. But what do you think to Jackie Longthrow's throw in the first half? That he threw it from the south stand, Tony Curry stand, nearly onto John Street. It was that long. It was the longest throw I've seen for such a long time.
It was lacking, I think, where he would have wanted to have put it. But the ball's laid back to the feet of Samba, who looks quite comfortable kicking, I believe, with both feet. I think he can use both feet, quite rare for a keeper. We know that Wes prefers to use his left. We've got a lot of left footers, Sheffield United, in this side. Again, that head tennis, it seems to be the order of the early parts, and that direct ball. You know what? I think Paul Eckenbottom has actually said that we're looking for the ball in behind.
It has. And it's looking for that creativity, trying to find something a little bit different, something that we're not used to doing to catch Forest by surprise.
Yeah, and I think that will be catching Forest by surprise. If they've watched the way that we've been playing under Paul Heckingbottom, it certainly hasn't been in that style, in that vein, and in that going direct. I mean, I worry about certain players in this side. I don't like picking players out, but we want to see consistency and we want to see quality performances throughout. I think if every player out there in a black and white shirt gives us their all, Adam, you and I will be happy.
Absolutely. You just got to leave it all out there. You've got to play it like it is the last game, put absolutely everything on the line. And I'm sure they will. I'm sure
they will as well. What we don't want to see is what we've just seen there, a bit of a mix-up between Iliman Ndiaye and Morgan Gibbs-White, both standing right next to each other and going for the same ball, and it ends up with the Blades not keeping possession. Billy Sharp is on the bench. He's not on the bench. He's on the sidelines with other players not involved today. Like you could just see Bogle, you could see McBurney, and you could see Didzer. Yeah, I mean, you just imagine if we had half of these players
to be the bench,
half of these players available. The injuries we haven't had this season, and Sheffield United are not in the playoffs. They would have finished, in my opinion, second. Of course, if we hired Paul Heckingbottom from the start, I think we would have won the league. As that ball is looking to find Reece Norrington Davis, I think he was fouled off the ball by Jed Spence. Referee Michael Oliver absolutely not interested, and Reece Norrington Davis not even looking at the ball there, managing to do enough though to make sure that it doesn't run to Brennan Johnson and instead falls to Jackie Longthrow, tied up nicely at the back by John Egan. League One Wes will fire it forward. I'm not going to call him that anymore. In fact, scrap that. We're going to call him hopefully in a couple of seasons Champions League Wes. But he's just Wes, isn't he? He's absolutely magnificent.
He has. My player of the season. I don't mind sharing that. He was my player of the season.
So that's who you voted for?
Yes.
Who do you think I voted for?
The law firm.
I didn't. You can have another guess and then I'll tell you.
William?
I did not.
Wow. Wow. But you gave it to Lise Moose, how very dare you?
I did not. I hovered my hand over Jack Robinson. I clicked on Ben Osborne and then moved off, and I ended up voting for who I thought it would mean the most to because of the tough times they'd had. Wes Foderingham.
Good man.
I think it would have really, really meant a great deal for him, and I'm really glad he won the Players' Player because I think that means the most to the actual players. That's the one that I think they would hold dearest. We are 8 minutes into this game, now 9, and Jack Robinson going to do another shorter for him long throw, cleared by Nottingham Forest. The Blades pegging Forest back in I wouldn't say too much of an attacking sense, but certainly having more of the ball in these early parts of the game. We're seeing number 4, the captain, Joe Worrell, deal with that quite comfortably. And if Jack Robinson can hurl another ball in towards the penalty spot like he did before, Adam, I think we could see danger. Yes,
we could. But why isn't one of the subs carrying a towel for him? Because he was never going to be given a towel tonight.
Good shout.
I always wonder...
It's a whisker away from John Egan.
Skip.
9 minutes 36 on the clock. John Egan meeting that throw from Jack Robinson, and that could have completely turned the tie. It's a really well-directed header. Adam, what did you make of that?
That's a cracking header. The goalkeeper was nowhere, and it's kind of a yard over and a yard wide over that sort of stanchion area. If it had been, down a little bit more, John Egan just headed it slightly too well, but he got onto that really well. It's a good throw in, and Jack Robinson's been listening to you. He's throwing it away from the goalkeeper in that 12 to sort of 16 yards out area. And Egan attacked it. He really did attack it. I think Basham was up there with him, but Bash wasn't going to win it. Egan was in, strong header, and just couldn't get over it enough to bring it down under the bar. But promising start, this.
Promising. And maybe it could be a set piece that wins it in this match. That's a good crunching challenge. And Michael Oliver will let that go, quite rightly so. By the way, if it sounds noisy where I am, it's because the rain is absolutely hammering it down outside my house. And I can't tell you how glad I am to be indoors right now. The only place I'd rather be is at the City Ground, but try as I might, could not get a ticket. So here we are doing a watch along for you. Hopefully you're enjoying it. This free content is provided by Sheffield United Way, and we would love some super chat for today. If you'd like to try and support us, you can do a super chat. How, Adam?
Towards the bottom right of YouTube, you'll see a $sign. Click on the $sign and make your donation in any currency you wish. We take everything from pounds sterling, dollars, euros, and any currency you wish. Not monopoly money. We don't take monopoly money. But,
fact.
But yeah, please do. And anything is gratefully received, no matter how little. I will take it.
I couldn't agree more. And if you think that Adam and I get to keep it, you couldn't be more wrong.
No, absolutely not.
Not seen a penny. But it does go all to the running costs of the channel, which are not insignificant. It does cost money to be on YouTube. I'd say one of the main expenses is hosting the audio podcast that we do. If you haven't checked that out yet, please search Sheffield United Way wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll find Greg Halford arriving for you this week. A really interesting chat with the Blade. He's currently on holiday in Dubai. If you're following him on Instagram, that's all he's doing at the moment, playing golf very late at night. Hopefully he's watching this one as Forest look to try and launch their first attack, but it's defended initially by Jack Robinson, recycled in the middle. John Fleck does well to get a foot in, and it's just a case of now the Blades trying to get numbers in, and they do. It's Reece Norrington-Davies who fires that ball forward on the left-hand side. Gibbs-White plays that ball into Iliman Ndiaye. It's saved superbly by Samba and drops. But it's defended really well by Steve Cook, and that was a huge opportunity, Adam, on 12 minutes.
Massive opportunity. It's the question whether Ndiaye was actually onside, and I think he looked across to see if he was, and then the chance was wasted. But you just got to put the ball home. Looking at that, he is onside as well. It's come in, and he's hit it first time, and Samba spread himself and made a decent save. But yeah, just needed a little bit more composure from Ndiaye there. He was just running onto it. He kind of needed to lift it a little bit more, or just to the either side. But Samba was out well and spread himself. And in fact, he's got his right hand to it. I thought it was his body initially. But yeah, big chance for the Blades.
Yeah, and couldn't follow up on that rebound. United could have scored 2, and we're only 13 minutes into this game, and Forest are going to try and launch an attack which would really stun Sheffield United's early promise. I've got to say I'm very impressed with this Sheffield United showing so far. I don't think too many neutrals give United a prayer, and at the moment it's a case of just not taking chances, and I dare say it that Forest will get opportunities in this game, and it's about how we defend. And Zinkernagel is so tricky, so dangerous. He finds Brennan Johnson, pass 1, pass 2. Referee Michael Oliver's going to look at that, but he's hopefully not going to blow his whistle, and that could be a ball that is cleared by Reece Norrington-Davies for a corner, and it is on this right-hand side. Brennan Johnson not happy, I believe, with the challenge. I think he would have said that John Fleck caught him, but I think that was a perfectly timed tackle. Nothing wrong with it at all, and Michael Oliver not interested. And Johnson can moan all he likes, but that is the correct decision. So here we have a corner on this right-hand side for Nottingham Forest. Joe Worrell, the captain, is in there, as is Ryan Yates, who's recovering from a shoulder knock he got in the previous game. He's already had a shoulder injury, so hit that again.
Yep, it's
cleared
short.
at the near post. The Blades can try and launch an attack here with John Fleck trying to set up Iliman Ndiaye, and that man further forward is Morgan Gibbs-White. Oh, I think he's just underplayed that.
He's not going to beat Jed Spence, but that's blasted back. But yeah, Jed Spence in a foot race with Ndiaye, and unfortunately, Spence has got the better of him. If it had been someone a bit slower, Ndiaye could have been away then. But yeah, one of my frustrations though, that corner wasn't in the D. The ball wasn't in the D. I just, you take corners. It's all about millimeters, but just one of my pet hates.
Well, I suppose I know what your thing with you, Adam, is. The rules are the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I respect that about you. You've always been that way. So Sheffield United now looking to come forward again. We're seeing a lot early from Morgan Gibbs-White as he tries to set up Iliman Ndiaye. Oh, the ball back to him was just slightly overplayed. John Fleck does really well. That could have been a foul on Jack Robinson. Referee says no. It's misplaced passing, though, from Nottingham Forest, which gives the ball back to Oliver Norwood. Back in defence, and then Jack Robinson starting strong. Reece Norrington-Davies decided to slow the play down. I'm not sure if that necessarily was the best decision because United then forced to go back, and it's that direct ball. Jack Colback gets ahead on it and comfortably taken by Samba, who's been using his left foot, I've noticed. If you'd like to help us with the Super Chat, we haven't done a watch along for a little while, so Super Chats will be gratefully received. They are really kind of the only way we get any financial support from any of you that aren't members, so it would be really fantastic if you wanted to do that.
It looks a better save every time you see it. It's just a replay of the Samba save from Ndiaye. At first, I thought Ndiaye probably could have done more with it, but looking back, I have to give credit to the goalkeeper and running onto it, he did pretty well there. But Fleck's got it in. Fleck's lost out in midfield, and that's going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest. Just overplayed it, overstretched, and then Fleck has caught Ziganagel. And that's a free kick.
You were impressed with the start, as Ben Coles, who is a very fantastic supporter of the channel, is?
Yeah, it's been a decent start. Better than
decent start.
Yeah, better than what. Just missing the goal, isn't it? But we seem to have quietened. I'm looking at the pictures now, and where it was all bouncy and buoyant on the side, the fans seem to be sort of seated, and there doesn't seem to be much. I mean, obviously we haven't got the sound on because we're doing this, but it doesn't appear to be as boisterous as it was 17 minutes ago.
Yeah, tell us in the comments if you're listening with the sound on to Sky Sports Football. Here's that ball across the box, and it's Reece Norrington-Davies who gets ahead to it. Joe Worrell's going to try and keep it alive, and Chris Basham is taking absolutely no prisoners there with that header, and the Forest fans seem to like it. Are they still singing? Are they still getting behind their side, or have the Blades, with their better start and being the better team so far, have they quietened this City Ground crowd? 23 years outside of the top flight. You can imagine they're desperate to get back there, and with their history. They were founding members, weren't they, Adam, of the Premier League?
Yes, they were. Yes.
Good, because I said that on 5 Live, and then I quit and went, hang on. I'm pretty sure they were. It's hard to remember, 1992.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm just trying to think back to that famous photo where we had Carl Bradshaw representing us, and who was there for Forest. You know, the one where alive and kicking music for the start of the Premier League. You remember the one?
Yeah. Who was there for? Probably Stuart Pearce.
Was it Stuart Pearce? Yeah.
Maybe Roy Keane. I mean, let us know who was. We need to know if the crowd's good and who was pictured for that alive and kicking 1992 picture for every team in the Premier League. I do remember it well.
Yeah. Well, so Forest fans apparently getting frustrated, Hal.
I'll take that. I'll take frustrated, Chef Paul, because that's what we want, and that's what we kind of hoped for. As the ball's played forward on this left-hand side. This is dangerous. Sam, sorry, it's a clear chance. It's a goal.
It's a goal. Johnson on his own. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's almost a repeat of the first goal on so much time and space. It's without the Wes save. It's a repeat of the first goal. The same goal on Saturday, and we don't appear to have learned. We do not appear to have learned at all.
That's really taken the wind out of his sails, Adam, and a good start as well. Just couldn't be clinical.
Samba's played an easy ball out. It's just a punt down the line. He is onside. He's got in behind, cross, and he's on his own. He's absolutely on his own. Robinson's left him. Robinson's left Johnson alone. Basham's just ran all round it. That is a disaster. Yeah, Basham's just run down. Surrey just played it across, and he's got the freedom of the City ground. He's got the box to himself to pop that home. And he's running. It looks slightly in front of him. He slid in and he scored. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So 3-1 on aggregate. Forest have the leads. It's massively disappointing. It's crushing. And it's not what we deserve. Simon has given us $10 and says, up the blades. I have to say, thank you, Simon. That is tremendously kind of you. We need to really get behind them now. It's looking difficult. I thought by the sounds of it, started to frustrate and quieten this Forest crowd. They'll be buoyant now. They'll be well up for it. Buoyant. You know what? United have just got to take the next chance they get, and we cannot concede another. A lot of people will say game over now. Adam, how do you see it?
We've just got to go for it now. It's the one thing we didn't want to happen, but I hate to say it, one chance, one goal. We've had our 2 chances. We didn't take them. They've taken theirs. That's the difference. But the Blades look to get back in. It's Illiman Dye to pull it across. A quick response would be just what the doctor ordered. I think we need to get one before half time now.
Oh, absolutely, Adam.
If we get in the break 1-1, it's sort of as you were, really. It's a body blow. But we need to keep our heads up and try and find a way. But this is where it's now going to be dangerous because Forest are going to sit in and hit us on the counter. So it's just, that's what they're good at and that's what they're going to play now. So they're going to be men behind the ball, use the pace going forward, and it could get ugly pretty quickly.
And as I said, for the neutral, the worst thing would be Forest scoring first. So if you are a neutral, it's not what you'd want for the game. I think everyone would have preferred Sheffield United to take the lead, apart from Forest fans.
They seem to have an extra man. They've played it to Surridge. Surridge is going to hit it and Basham gets across this time. But it's just like a knife through butter, the way they're going through that midfield up front. It's quick-paced. It's good play from Forest, but we just look like we haven't got the legs to compete with it. They're all on the same wavelength. And luckily, Basham got across for that one. But, the way they've gone from the halfway line to getting a shot on goal in sort of about 4 seconds is credit to Forest, but we don't look like we can cope with it.
Yeah, weather the early storm. And then, as you say, credit to Forest. They are carving United open at the back far too easily. It was what we said before the game could not happen. And it unfortunately has. And if you have a proper striker, as Jeff Paul quite rightly says, things can change for you. Brennan Johnson looking to twist and turn. And there's going to be a shot from the edge of the box, which will go wide. And is that Garner? The shot there just wide. Wes Fodringham watched it all the way, never any danger. But in terms of how you see this game playing out, Adam, I say what we wanted was for United to take those early chances. Could have been 2-0 up the Blades. And then Forest from, I believe, nothing. And I think a lot of the chat reflects that. Have gone a goal up. And we'll just say, Mr. Wright, keep the faith, lads. We still might take it up the Blades. Come on, Mr. Wright, £2. Thank you. Every bit helps to support the channel. Here's Illyman and Dye. Can you help us? Give us something to support. Plays it behind Reece Norrington Davies. Have a shot. Why not? Because it's poor. Every single one of those.
Both of those. Fleck and Sanderberg are both hit shots, which quite frankly wouldn't have reached. But look, 2003, 20 minutes to go. We were 2-0, 2 goals behind Forest. And we did it. All right, we had some strikers then, but let's not dwell on that point. Next goal is now absolutely crucial.
Oh, as Michael says, absolutely. Yeah. And if there's one man who I like reading the name of, it's Michael Brown. We need to channel the spirit of 2003, the triple assault season, where we felt, Adam, and I'm sure you agree, that we were never down and out and we were never beaten. I often felt that season under Warnock, no matter what, we could always come back and do something.
I was sat there at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, even 3 down at half time, thinking, it's not over this. Just it was one of those seasons, wasn't it, where you thought it was never over till it was over. But you know what? QPR away, we went 1 down. against a run of play. After having some decent chances at QPR, we came back second half to win it 3-1. 3-1, of course, is enough to take the Blades to Wembley.
Yeah, absolutely. And QPR, a side that probably spent longer in the playoffs than Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, that's right.
So keep the faith. Doable.
Just got to keep creating. Exactly, Helen. Spot on. Keep creating, and then surely something will come.
Helen often speaks sense, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Go on then. Morgan Gibbs-White. Here he goes. Norrington Davies needs to whip a ball in. He's dillied and dallied, and he's only got a throw in. But
first time I saw Jed Spence was for Forest in that game at their place. It was in November, wasn't it? And I was doing the watch-along for that, and I just said, God, he's good, this Jed Spence. But I didn't know anything about him. And ever since I've seen him since then, I've thought, why on earth did Middlesbrough let him go out on loan to a championship rival? He looks like the best right wing back in the entire league. And I say that with Jaden Bogle injured, so otherwise it'd be him.
Yes, absolutely. And why didn't Christopher, formerly of our parish, not recall him just to do us a favour? It'd be nice of him.
If he was feeling that kind of kind. The ball played back to Wes Foderingham from Reece Norrington Davis. It slid in late there. I think that could have caught Wes, and I'm quite surprised that Michael Oliver hasn't given a free kick for that or the following foul on Iliman Ndiaye, as we're seeing now Forest start to try and rough up United and just unsettle us. Not that they needed to do that with rough stuff. I think the goal has done that in spades. It's a shocking pass from Jimmy Fleck.
And there they go, going at pace again. Yeah, they've come back this time, thankfully. Take the time. But, we need to get in the game. We need to get Sander Berger into the game, bursting forward with runs like where he's been very sort of impressive of later weeks. And he's been very quiet again today. He's down. Brennan Johnson is down. Yeah, that looks like a 75-minute injury, a 70-minute injury. Come on, take him off. Get a sub on. I'm clutching at straws, Hal. I need something positive to happen.
You don't, as you said before, you don't want to see a serious injury, but you were hoping for one of their more creative players to take a slight knock. I mean, for us at this stage, you're looking at things and saying, a red card for Forest, a set piece for the Blades, a player that is having a big game leaving the field for something that doesn't rule them out long term. Those are the only things you can kind of clutch at straws here. You're noticing Joe Root on screen, of course, Blades fan, Trent Rocket. So that's, for him,
Yorkshire,
I always think, exactly, why is he playing for a Nottinghamshire side in the 100? Oh, well, bigger things to worry about right now.
Commercialised, isn't it? But good old Root, he got 100 against the Lancastrians in the county championship in the week as well at Headingley. But
Iliman Ndiaye on this left-hand side, on 27 minutes, Iliman Ndiaye can take on his man. He's got options in the box, but he chooses to ignore all of them. And again, it's going to fall to Iliman Ndiaye after a nice, kind ricochet. On his stronger foot, gets a shot away, and it's saved by Samba without any real conviction behind it. It was just a case of a bit of pinball there as the ball came off Cook. But it was good play from Iliman Ndiaye, picking that ball up and seeing that there was an option available after his initial route had been blocked.
Not the worst shot, though. Greasy surface. Rain's been falling, got it to bounce sort of a couple of yards in front of Samba. Samba showed good handling, but they can pop up. They can pop out of the goalkeeper's hands or slip in these conditions. So it wasn't the worst shot in the world from Iliman Ndiaye, given his attempts at a pass were unsuccessful. Why not have a go yourself?
Yeah, worth a pop, as you say, with the conditions, who I think are playing a factor in this one, Adam, and possibly will continue to do so as the rain continues to fall later on in the game on a pitch that's already been watered. I don't know if they looked at the forecast, but no one's slipping over, which is very different to what we would have said at Bramall Lane at this stage. Paul Heckingbottom looking absolutely drenched on the sidelines.
He is. He's looking a bit it looks like a bit devoid of ideas. And I know you've said throughout the season how his substitutions have been not the greatest. So
apart from Ben Davies, of course, against Blackburn, wasn't it? And that's the ball lost by Morgan Gibbs-White. Don't say that too many times. And it's a chance here for Forest to break on this left-hand side. They already scored from this once already in this game. Sam Surridge looking so dangerous, but the Blades able to deal with him. He is a striker that can score a goal or create a goal, as we've now seen in 2 successive games. The Blades making themselves play into a little bit of trouble there with some slightly slack passing. And we're seeing Yates trying to keep that in, but in the end, out it goes. Paul Heckingbottom's own personal records in the playoffs is exceptional. He's been here before. He's won all 3 of the playoff campaigns he's been involved with. He won the away leg all 3 times, 2 times as a player, once as a manager, if you are trying to look for some solace and some crumbs of comfort in what has been an absolutely disastrous start. And many, many Blades fans will be absolutely sick of the sight of Nottingham Forest.
They will. But now Sander Berge with a chance. There's only really one person up, but Sander Berge's going on himself. He's trod on the ball. He's trod on the ball.
Yes, he's trod on the ball. You can't say
go
more.
Those driving runs. I thought he was going to go in, maybe look for an undie or get a shot away. But yeah, if you stand on it, but there's a chance. It's just not falling. I thought Michael Oliver was going to bring it back for a free kick then, but
I thought so too. But you know what? I think Sander Berge there summed up this playoff experience, these 2 games so far, in that one move.
Yeah, he's got the ball again, but you just need the movement. He's got the overlap. The ball needs to be fired in, but here's a chance for Berge to get a cross in. It's crossed in. It's cleared by Forest.
I think a goal
that might be a free kick. I think he's going to give a free kick to Forest for that.
It will change how a lot of us are feeling and looking at this match. And the United fans will really get behind them. We'll have a bit of belief behind us. If we can get a goal before the break. I know it sounds silly because anyone would say this game is over now. I really do believe it's not entirely over. A goal changes things. It's a foul initially.
That's a bit of a naughty one from Jackie Longthrow.
I was about to say, talk me through it for those that haven't seen it and are using us purely as their radio commentary.
Yeah, so Forrest got the ball out. It pinged out. Johnson was looking to hold the ball up around about 35 yards from goal, and Jackie Robinson was sort of late and just went down the back of his heel. It was a foul, but a little bit nasty.
And you're right. He maybe got away with that one. I personally don't think that was intentional. I think he's gone for the ball, and maybe you could say something about the slippery surface hasn't aided him there. Here is Jed Spence looking to try and turn Reece Norrington-Davis. I'm quite surprised Reece Norrington-Davis has been the man chosen to deal with Jed Spence. I think their entire right-hand side is extremely strong with Jed Spence and Johnson both operating out there. But it has actually been the left-hand side where Forest got that early goal from, which I really do hate saying. Zinkernagel, a really tricky player, wonderful championship player as well. Someone who can just make something out of nothing. Ryan Yates as well, someone to keep an eye on, number 22. But Zinkernagel, for me, the danger man, as that ball is going to try for McKenna to break. I think he thought about a shot. Colback can shoot from range. That should be a drop ball. Yeah. I think Michael Oliver's just remembered the rules, Adam.
It has. But yeah, it's just hit him. So under the rules, it's a drop ball, and the possession is given back to the team who placed the ball against the referee. So whoever kicks it against the referee gets possession of the ball.
Yeah, of course, came into effect after it impacted Sheffield United against Manchester City, but came into effect.
Superb tackle on John Fleck that led to Manchester City's goal. Came
in effect as usual. Too late for Sheffield United. If you look at the stats, United have had more possession, they've had more shots on target, and they've had more shots in total. Reece Norrington-Davis looks like he's got a blooded nose. I'm not sure exactly how he got that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something to do with a tussle with Jed Spence.
Maybe so. Masterminds are on it. Leicester and Heckingbottom looking to see what they can do. They're talking about it. Stuart McCall stood 10 yards away from them, so I don't know if he's fallen out with them. It always makes me laugh how you've got. I've seen that quite a lot this season. That Heckingbottom is generally talking to one of his assistants in Leicester or McCall, but very rarely has both of them talking to him at the same time. I've seen that quite a few times, and it's always like, oh, if you're having your say, I'll stand out the way and let you have a go. Then I'll maybe have a word in his ear in 5 minutes.
I believe, Simon, if the ball hits the referee now, no matter what, it is a drop ball, whether United maintain possession or not. Adam is someone who's quite schooled in the rules. So is that right?
Yes, it is. If he's the referee, then play has to stop.
Who do you want to go up between Sunderland and Wycombe Wanderers?
Sunderland.
Is that because you don't like Gareth Ainsworth?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, 100%. Your Honour.
Sid's
and I would imagine that you want Mansfield to get promotion against Northampton because of Nigel Clough.
I still live in Northampton, though.
Okay.
So, sort of, yeah. I've got. I'm not too fussed there. Oh, there's Sean Dyche in the crowd.
I mean, he can afford a ticket, but he probably got one for free. If you heard about the kind of payout that he got after Burnley sacked him, looks like, though, it could have been the correct decision. Not one that I initially thought would have been the right one. I think he's a fantastic manager. But Burnley, I would imagine now, would be hopeful of staying up, and maybe it's Leeds that are going to slip through that trap door. But anyway, let's not worry about that. As Brennan Johnson, his pass is misplaced. I thought he might have fouled his man there, but
no, he's not giving it.
He's not giving it. And that is not going to benefit United at all. As Jed Spence regains position, and in his position, I should say, Iliman Ndiaye manages to get a touch that is inadvertent and takes it out by Joe Worrell on this right-hand side for Forest as they're attacking things. On the right-hand side for them, a throw into Worrell. Samba going to again take it on his left foot and clears it quite well. I think Samba looks like a keeper that can definitely play the ball out comfortably.
Going to give that one. He's fallen for that one.
Yeah, Jack Colback just fouled there, and Michael Oliver, the referee, does give a free kick when I think he possibly could have let things continue. It's not been the response from the Blades as we approach the 36th minute that we would have hoped for, Adam. In fact, if anything, that goal seems to have completely killed any attacking impetus. And like I said, worst thing for the game that could have happened.
It is. But, like I said, next goal's still huge. There's still an hour to go. Well, 55 minutes plus the obligatory 3 minutes of first half stoppage time and 4 minutes second half stoppage time that we seem to get. So, yeah, there's still an hour. So it's not over until it's over, but something has to happen sooner rather than later. And like I said, a goal at half-time would be splendid.
United need to pick the pace up. They've really slowed down since going a goal behind. In fact, Carl, just seeing your comment that, slow between the ears as well, absolutely. But I think in possession and out of it as well, we are slow. We're slow to respond as well. Forest seem to switch things very, very quickly. They can get 7 men forward in the blink of an eye. Their passing seems to be crisper. United, I think that's a foul there just on Iliman Ndiaye. Referee Michael Oliver giving the Blades absolutely nothing early doors in this match as we see Forest trying to play it out from the back. Here's the captain, Joe Worrell, on this right-hand side as Forest look to go forward, trying to keep that ball by the byline. Jed Spence does really well to take a very intelligent touch that nicks off Reece Norrington-Davis, and that will be a throw. You're seeing those injured players behind Paul Heckingbottom, and just to have had one of those fit would have been a huge boon for the Blades today. And this is a bit of scuffling off the ball. Adam, what's happened there?
I don't know. Everyone's involved.
I think this is tempers flaring because of frustration more than anything for the Sheffield United players.
Yeah.
I mean, Forest players will be quite happy with everything and the way it's going, but I didn't actually see what happened there. Of course, Ollie McBurney's getting involved.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, McBurney's getting involved. Hecky's getting frustrated. They're shouting off. They're wanting Jack Robinson sent off here.
I mean, there was a few people on the forum saying if one player was going to get sent off for the Blades, it would be Jack Robinson. We couldn't handle a red card here. Yeah, that would absolutely kill the tie. Absolutely destroy it. We have to keep all 11 on the field. I mean, a red for Forest could change things and make the game far more interesting. Looks like it's going to be a yellow card. And who's this going to? Is it going to be Jack Robinson? Is it Hecky? I mean, Michael Oliver seems like he's in control and has seen everything.
Yeah.
Having a little conversation. We could do with a replay, actually, because I don't think Sky actually caught the initial instant. If anyone has a clue what actually happened there, please pop it in the comments.
So it's a yellow card for Paul Heckingbottom. Okay. All right. But what? All right, so Hecky's got the ball and so he's pushed the ball into Spence. And then Johnson's come across into Heckingbottom, then it's all kicked off from there. So it's a throw into Forest. Spence has gone for the ball, and Heckingbottom has rather stupidly sort of forcefully put the ball into Spence's midriff. And that Spencer's laughed. A couple of Forest players, Johnson namely, took absolute umbrage to it. Then Robinson came in to sort of push, thinking the gaffer was going to cut one from Johnson. And then all our injured substitutes saw the chance and thought, yeah, we're going to get involved here. We're going to go and have it. It was much ado about nothing. And it was a 35-man cuddle on the sidelines, which ends with a yellow card for Paul Heckingbottom.
Do you think he did the push into the midriff because he was annoyed at how long Spence was taking?
Possibly so, but there wasn't a lot in it. I mean, the fact that Spence just kind of just laughed at it, I don't think it was a major issue, to be honest. But yeah, a booking for Paul Heckingbottom, which is a first.
Yeah, I think it's the first. I would go along with that. Yeah, Paul Eckingbottom normally so mild-mannered and calm on the sidelines, and then Jackie Long throws straight in to defend his gaffer, and I guess he would be quite fond of Paul Eckingbottom because he's really given him a chance to flourish since the new manager got involved. But all a load of nonsense, all a load of nothing, and really could have done without that. It's killed hopefully a bit of Forest momentum because the Blades have not come back into this game at all since that really promising early start. And I thought if United had taken one of their two brilliant chances, then it would have been a very, very different game and probably seen United through to Wembley. But it's not looking that way at all at the moment. 3-1 on aggregate to Nottingham Forest, an absolute disaster. Everything that could have gone wrong so far has, and we need something to break for United as Jack Robinson absolutely schools his man there and then, of course, gives it away. And here's Johnson.
I mean, this is the problem. This is the problem that the referee's caused for himself, because a yard closer to Jack Robinson, and that's a clear foul and a yellow card. So he dives in and across the ground in front of him, and Robinson just does him, but then plays a silly ball. Then Johnson then gets back on his feet and is able to put a cross in. I mean, at what point is the line between intent and... So you go to look at the Aaron Ramsdale West Ham incident, you know, when he flies in, you know, it's an argument is what is intent, what is a foul? That's Jack Robinson avoiding an injury by turning back on the ball. If he carries on forward, he gets absolutely clattered.
Yeah, quite right. We need to see a lot more, though, from certain players tonight. John Fleck's passing's not been quite on it. Sander Berger's been invisible in this game. Rhys Norrington-Davies seeing a lot of the ball. I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. So we need to get the right players involved and try and play the ball to Morgan Gibbs-White to let him do some magic. I want to see him on the ball as much as we did in the first 10 minutes. That might just G the boys up. A really good challenge from Oliver Norwood. Nope, it's not going to be enough because the ball is given away within a one passing spell of possession. It's just really pouring out from the Blades, who look a shadow of the first 10, when I thought United were dominant, on top, comfortable. And you know what? With the last two games I've seen, the team that started the better has ended up losing. And I'm thinking the way Forest started, and I'm thinking of the way the Blades started. So I'm thinking of the way Fulham started, and I'm thinking the way the Blades started against Forest at Bramall Lane. That's what I meant to say.
That's it. But now here's a chance. Gibbs-White is on the ball now. He's only really got and died with him. Forest have got a back five all back. Norrington-Davies checks back again, doesn't get an early ball in, crosses it in to no man's land, 6 yards out, and it's easily headed away by Forest. Jack Robinson's now got it on the touchline, looking to link up with Norrington-Davies, who comes inside for John Fleck. Now's a chance to get a ball in John Fleck, and that is far too long. That's in the...
Jimmy's shown up today so far. You know, you're right about Rhys Norrington-Davies had the chance to drill a ball in early, and I thought drilling rather than crossing was the right option because there was players arriving who aren't necessarily renowned for their aerial prowess. We don't have a huge amount of players actually on the pitch that are renowned for that. And also, I do wonder where the goals are going to come from. Perhaps we've been duped recently into thinking we've got goals in this side because we have scored goals in games recently without having a recognised striker on the pitch. But I do fear for a side up against a team with two strikers, and we have got two attacking midfielders playing up front. All a load of nothing there with that little foul.
What do you think about that, Hal?
I thought it was nothing. I mean, then we've got a little push as well. Gibbs-White on callback.
Don't give him an excuse. Don't give him an excuse. Don't put your hands up and pick up a silly booking or a silly red card just for nothing, really. Norwood with his ping looks to put it through. Come on, then. Here we go.
Got to score before half-time. And could this be it? Ball played by Iliman Ndiaye into Morgan Gibbs-White. It was a back heel from Morgan Gibbs-White looking for Iliman Ndiaye. It was always going to be the flicks and tricks, the fancy stuff, and perhaps just too intricate on this occasion with Forest having six men still back in the box. And Iliman Ndiaye, quite rightly, did not move. He stood static, not reading the ball from Morgan Gibbs-White. They seem to have at sometimes a telepathic understanding, and at others, no clue as to what the other is going to do. And Oliver Norwood fires one over the bar. Adam, did you think at any moment that was going in?
I thought it was dipping late. It looked like it was dipping late. It hit it. I thought it was looking good. Then as it was curling away, it looked like late dip there, but it was just started dipping a yard too late from our perspective. But good to see Ollie Norwood get a shot on goal. That's what we've been, missing. On your day, those fly in. So shoot on sight, get some shots on goal. Why not? There wasn't anything else on. You've got to try and work the keeper naturally, but a decent effort. Had some power behind it, that one.
Yeah, but you know what? This kind of surface, a wet surface, test a keeper low. A daisy cutter could really cause problems, I believe, with an overwatered pitch and rain. A lot of rain, a lot more rain than anyone was expecting by the looks of what they've done to this pitch. And that's nothing. He's obviously got to go for the ball there, Morgan Gibbs-White. You definitely don't book a player for that. The lateness is purely accidental. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, they were jostling for it. He's got Gibbs-White's shirt, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but his foot's high. It's a free kick, but not a yellow card.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. And Colback's he's made quite a meal of it. Michael Oliver not getting the card out. He's actually handled things okay. I don't think he's given the Blades anywhere near as many decisions as he should have done, but he's managed the game quite well. What have you made of his refereeing performance, Adam?
I'm not overly enamoured by it, to be honest. He seems to not giving us 2 or 3 things that he could have done, and the similar incidents for Nottingham Forest, he seems to have awarded a free kick. So I'm
3 minutes
so far. Yeah,
3 minutes added on. And we've already got the clock there. You'll see now counting towards 3. It's all happening with this clock. What an addition to the channel. Here we have Forest trying to hold possession and win a free kick. Michael Oliver's not going to fall for that one, and quite rightly so. We need to see a strong Sanderberger performance. He's been absolutely invisible in this match. A terrible pass there where Reece Norrington-Davies could have got things moving. With his blooded nose, he looks to the heavens. 45:30 on the clock. Forest 1, Blades 0, 3-1 on aggregate. A poor pass there, and it's been the story of the first half.
It has. First 12 minutes, pretty good. Well, very good. Needed the goal, didn't get it. Egan's header. Illiman and Dye with that chance with the really good save. Hit by the sucker punch again of Forest scoring with their only shot on target to date. And yeah, Forest, when scoring first this season, they've lost 2. I mean, they've scored first in 28, but they have lost 2, so it's not infallible.
I'd be interested to know if those were under Steve Cooper. I would fathom that they were probably not.
No, but we spoke on Saturday, Hal, about 2-0 leads and how dangerous 2-0 leads can be.
Nothing more dangerous than a 2-0 lead. Nothing.
So
nothing.
Forest have
a pit of vipers, a torture kit, a house that's actually on fire. Don't even come close to a 2-0 lead.
Well, there's a lot of jostling here. He's going to... It's just not going to fall for us. It's just not falling. He's going to give a free kick. Yeah, the linesman was always going to give a free kick because he's fallen out with Gibbs-White because Gibbs-White was remonstrating with the linesman a couple of minutes ago after that free kick. The linesman was clearly saying, go away, and Gibbs-White was carrying on saying it. So the referees the linesman decided that there's a free kick in there, and that's not either way, is there really?
That is 50-50. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. It's good to actually see Sanders decided he wants to get a bit physical in this game because he's not been. Yeah. But in the wrong way, he's getting involved. Just a load of nonsense. I don't expect to see changes from Hecky at the break because he doesn't tend to like to do that. If I'm manager, I'm probably making 3 changes at the break because we've got literally nothing to lose. We've got 45 minutes for the season to save the season. Sheffield United have to get to Wembley. We know this, Adam. Next season,
3 changes,
I'll tell you them at the break, but next season it's going to be a very, very hard championship as Forest look to come forward with Brennan Johnson, and he's got only one man in the box, and if he can get it through, it's just collected. What an opportunity for Forest to make it 2 just before the break. The ball from Johnson was not the one, and here's Morgan Gibbs-White. Can United turn defence into attack as he's only have the one option of Iliman and Dye head? He's fouled on the edge of the box. Michael Oliver looks at it and says, absolutely no. He's gone. He's gone for half time. I thought that was a foul, Adam. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a foul. It was a foul, but he decided he's going for his half-time cup of tea. It looked a foul to me, but it wasn't given. Yeah, disappointing.
Absolutely fuming at this. It's just awful. Bad decision, referee. Paul Heckingbottom will be really quite cross with a number of things I think that he's witnessed in there, not just from his own team, but from Forest and from the refereeing display. Do you have any idea why they're all hanging outside and not going down the tunnel?
I don't. It's the Forest players that are hanging out, isn't it? It's almost let us go.
Maybe they're just letting us go in first.
Don't want any confrontation.
Not sure. Okay, give me your thoughts then as to what needs changing and what we can do, because this is some pretty disgruntled blades that you're dealing with right now.
It's difficult because the bench. It's not like earlier in the season when you say, "Oh, let's bring Sharp on, or let's get Brewster on, or let's get McBurney on, or let's bring any striker on." We haven't got it. He's changing your wing backs, your option, taking Norrington Davis off. Is it a case of at what point do we sacrifice and do a Reading and slap John Egan up front? Because that's coming. That's got to be coming. Even Big Phil.
Big Phil, is a good shout. I know it's silly, we're clutching at straws, but he'll put the cat amongst the pigeons, He won't take any prisoners. We've seen a lot of our players get bullied today, and Big Phil absolutely will not. And you know what I've done? I've got clock happy, and I left the clock on. So there we go. That's a better one. I'll go with a black one. Or do you want a red one? There we go.
So substitutions, the midfield's got to improve and got to get better. It's possibly John Fleck going off and bringing somebody on for Fleck. I haven't got the answers. I don't know. Do you take Fleck off and bring Jebbo or Willisula on?
We need to attack. That's what we need to do.
We do need to attack. But do you change? Do you put an all-out centre forward on, and do then Sander Berger drop back and take Fleck off, and then you've got? I don't know. It needs something.
Time for some inspirational words from Paul Heckingbottom to turn this around. The entire season hinges on what happens for me at the start of the second half. Everything I said before the game was ignored. So that's now out the window. Forget about that. We can't approach the game like I was hoping we were going to, because we did the worst thing we could possibly have done. Concede. Not necessarily early, but we conceded sooner than certainly I'd have liked us to. I didn't want us to concede at all, but the first goal was always going to be crucial in this game. And to give it up in the manner we did, I think was almost more disappointing than the fact that we went behind. Because I think we always thought Forest had the chance to score. But in the manner that we let that goal go in, Adam, for people that missed it, it really was shocking. 19 minutes, Brennan Johnson finishing, Surge's ball across on the left, Jackie Long throw, left Johnson alone. Easy finish after a promising Blade start.
Yeah, so if you saw Forest's first goal on Saturday, substituting Jack Robinson for Ben Osborne and just discard the bit where Wes made the save and Colback slotted home, you're talking a carbon copy where you've left another Nottingham Forest player with the freedom of the area, with nobody tracking. And they got away with it before Forest scored the first goal on Saturday as well. It was after about 6 minutes. There could have been, something similar happened when Wes made that save. And they could have been a lot further behind, as we know. But how can we leave people on their own? I just don't understand how we can have so much time on their own in the penalty area. It's poor defensively. Chris Basham, we love him to bits, but he got turned for the first goal. He didn't get the first goal. He didn't get a foot in again today for it. That's twice. John Egan, who's been, has been a rock for most of the season, has been great. He slipped, for the goal on Saturday. It's key players not making the right decisions at the key point in time. Then going forward, Baldock we've seen absolutely zero of as an attacking threat. Nothing whatsoever from Baldock. You wouldn't even know he'd been playing, really. We've seen Norrington Davis, when he has got forward and got the ball, he's not got an early ball in. That's where Ben Osborne will be better, because Ben Osborne gets an early ball in. You've seen him, when they try and shoot on sight, Norwood hit that one with pace. But you look, it summed it up when Sander Berger tripped on the ball. There was time when we had two shots in quick succession. Neither of them would have reached. There was no real sort of conviction behind it. And it's come back to bite us that we could have been 2-0 up through John Egan and Illiman and Dye, and we didn't get one goal, and Forest have gone forward and scored with their only chance on goal. So we've just seen the Ndye chance again now. Norrington Davies played a lovely ball to Gibbs White. Gibbs White puts it in first time, and Illiman Ndye hits it. Samba spreads himself. He gets out quickly and makes a good save. But that should have been 1-0. That should have been 1-0. It is a good save, don't get me wrong, but a little bit of composure. not getting it live and die, but if that's Billy Sharp, I think that's 1-0 Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And there was, of course, some hope that Billy would actually be back for this game, but just not made it in terms of fitness. Apparently a very late decision to not involve him, even though he travelled with the team. We have seen a number of other players travel that were never going to be involved. How do you feel, while we've got a chance to talk about it, and I haven't really had a chance to ask you about it, about David McGoldrick?
Didsey has been a great servant to the club. The go-to free transfers, I called him. That value for what he's brought to the club. He's the way that he, particularly in those Premier League days, wasn't always rewarded with the goals that perhaps his play deserved. Yes, he did miss chances, but the way that he would always do a job, like Paul Heckingbottom said, is someone he could rely on. He'd drop back, he'd win the ball, he'd pick a pass, he'd hold players up. I mean, absolutely superb for Didsey. Top class bloke, top class player, and it's a little bit. It's tinged with sadness, but it's probably the right decision for the club to move forward and progress. We fall in love with players, and we don't want to see players go, and sometimes heart rules head. But that with Didsey, thanks for the memories, Didsey. That's what we can say, and hopefully finds a club where he can go for a year. See out his career and do a job for somebody. Someone like a Rotherham United, for example, I could see Didsey fitting in and doing a job there. I just hope he doesn't come back to haunt us next season. That's my hope. If he gets a gig with a Championship side, if we aren't, in loftier up, as it's looking now, it looks like it is going to be another season in the Championship. I hope Didsey doesn't come back to haunt us. But he'll certainly do a job. But what he's done for Sheffield United, absolutely superb, and wish him all the best.
Well said. A great servant, tremendous. David McGoldrick, you will be so fondly remembered by Sheffield United fans that appreciate the ability and the technique of David McGoldrick, one that can slow the play down, can also make things happen in the right way. When I would say slow the play down, of course, technically, one of the most intelligent upstairs. This game was never about pace. So I personally thought actually keeping him and giving him another season would have made sense, but it's not been decided that is the way that we're going to go. And okay, we're going to perhaps look to go with youth. I understand that. Next season will be extremely interesting, depending on what league we're in. I think if we are in the Championship, it's going to be a tougher Championship. You've got three sides coming down with money, and you've got three sides who know how to get back up as well. Because if it is, well, Norwich and Watford, they know how to get out of the Championship. They can, some people call them yo-yo sides. I'm not sure Watford fans would agree with that. And who's the other one going to be? Whoever it is will be a side that's got out of the Championship before, because Burnley and Leeds are the two that I think are going to be the questions.
Or Everton.
If I don't see it being Everton, I'll be honest.
No, they'll win at Arsenal. There's never a sure thing that the Premier League look after they look after their own.
I think so.
For 94, but Everton will stay up. But
yeah, they will. So it'll be a case of Burnley or Leeds, and then you're dealing with sides that got wily players that know how to get out of the Championship. We will be having to cut our cloth accordingly. We will have to sell some of our better players. I think we could lose the likes of John Egan and Sander Berge. We won't have Morgan Gibbs-White. We might have to sell Iliman Ndiaye. It was vital, in my opinion. I said this for a number of Forest podcasts and blogs that I wrote for. Vital that Sheffield United went up this season. Financially, I think it would change the landscape of the club for many, many years to come. So it'd be a disaster if we don't go up. The second half is huge, and our entire future in the next 5 years probably rests on what Heckingbottom says at half-time.
But the big question, Hal, you mentioned Watford. How many are you going for managers next season at Watford?
I think 7? Do you know what? They've changed their policy, haven't they? Going young, going to the Forest Green manager, and I think actually it'd be different. I think if they'd gone for, the manager who's just left, Cesena or something, I'd say 5. But they're doing it differently, and I reckon they'll be all right. Watford, they'll kick on, and I think they'll be the team to beat next season, along with Norwich, because Norwich just know the Championship and know what to do. It's going to be a horrible Championship next season. I'm not going to enjoy it as much as I think the Championship under Heckingbottom this season. Had Paul Heckingbottom been appointed at the start, I think we'd have finished with 95 points if you look at his points per game ratio, and that would have been enough to win the league.
It would. And probably the two form managers in the Championship are meeting tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. With the sides, as we've already mentioned, that have had very contrasting and then similar fortunes. So, you know what? As members of a board, you've got to make big and you've got to make brave decisions. And I think, Adam, you said it on our video, Slav in, Slav out. You said pretty much exactly what ended up happening.
Yep.
And I think United fans probably owe you a bit of a thank you, because you know as well as I do that some people listen to you.
Well, yeah, some stuff had to be said, and under Slavic clearly wasn't working. I'm not going to go over, watch the video if you want to see my views, if you've not seen it already. I laid out what I thought should happen and ultimately what has happened. The watch-along after it was one we did earlier this season. I think it was the Preston game when it was 2-2. It was a case of we needed so many points per game to get in the playoffs. We did. We got, the requisite, went on that run that we needed, averaging, nearly 2 points a game. It was like 1.8 points per game or something we needed to do. And we've done it. We just put in 28, 29 huge games under Paul Heckingbottom to get into this position. So if I was Paul Heckingbottom now at halftime, and similar to what I said on the watch along of the QPR game when I came on at halftime under the influence of a beverage or two in Manchester, but I came on and said, "Look, it's the rally call. This is what we need. You've put so much into it. It is a must win. The season ends here." I said at QPR, if you don't come back and win, the season ends. You've got to go for it. You've got to give it everything. You've put everything on the line for 28, 29. Games to get into this position. You've got 2 games to do what you need to do. We've now got, the season boils down now to 45 minutes of football where we need to win a half of football by 2 goals.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to do. So just go for it, put it all out there. I'm going to say it now. Go down dying, go down trying. If we go for it and we get caught 65, 70 minutes and then Forest get 7, so be it. We just got to absolutely go for it. Now is the time just to push absolutely everything forward and give it what it's got. Be brave, be bold, make the changes. Big Phil up front, John Egan up front, whatever you need to do.
Chris Morgan up front.
Yeah, Morgs up front.
Go for it.
Anything you need to do. It's a case of, push bash into midfield. You're just going to have to speculate to accumulate now. You're going to have to take chances. Yes, the chances that we get caught are going to be pretty high. Decisions are going to be made. At what point do you hack somebody down to stay in the game and maybe get a red card? I heard some people, you won't mind me saying, Ross, who you know as well, who was sort of sat next to me for the first leg, and he, bring him down. Why isn't he bringing him down when Forest scored the second? You should bring him down, take the red. And there was quite a few people supporting that. It's like, well, do you go a man down and possibly stay 1-0, or do you go 2 down and keep 11 on the field? Yeah. You look back now, there was argument. There is. Either way. But
I just want to highlight this comment from Michael, because I'm really glad that someone actually remembers this. I'm glad I'm on record, and thankfully you can go back over old YouTube videos of saying that we should have appointed Paul Heckingbottom before Slavisa Jokanovic, because I did say that. And, all you can do is say what you think, and sometimes they work out and sometimes, it doesn't. Had we done that, who knows? It might have actually ended up being very, very different. You know what? This is an interesting point from Danny. Morgan Gibbs White says he would be interested in coming back, even if we're in the Championship. I think he would be. I don't think Wolves would want his development to continue in the Championship, because he's already Championship completed it, mate. He's proven he could do that. So it would actually be a case of they'd probably want to loan him out, if they do want to loan him out again, to a Premier League side. Fraser, feel like we played the wrong tactics tonight. Can't see Forest playing well in lengthy possession. If we keep it tight and play on the counter, we'll end up with more chances like Illiman and Dye had early on. I did speak in similar terms, absolutely, in the way we should approach this game. And hey, they've gone about it in a different way. Attack. I've actually no idea why that is on screen at the moment. I didn't even press it. Well, the gremlins in the Matrix want to see us attack.
It's a message.
If that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. So when halftime is over, we will once again bring you our award-worthy clock. Let's give a massive round of applause to our leader-in-chief who's at the game in good nick, who's finally figured out, only took in the penultimate game of the league season, how to do it, but finally figured out how to make a clock. He actually sent me a message saying, it's so easy, I didn't think it would be that way. So sometimes it's the easiest thing. I still haven't got a clue how he did it, but then again, he's technically far cleverer than me.
Right, so what's this about Hal? So the Blade's been out there. They've been out there for 2 or 3 minutes. Steve Cooper's been sat on the subs bench for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's only now the Forest team
It's gamesmanship, isn't it?
are emerging.
It's gamesmanship, isn't it? A little bit of gamesmanship. It's what you do. You make. It's like when you say stay stood and someone sat down. You make the person sat down look weaker. So like you let them go out first, and then Forest come out, big round of applause, get the fans behind them. It's very clever from Steve Cooper, and he's managed the occasion really well. He's played the game, not the occasion, and I thought tactically he got it absolutely spot on at Bramall Lane, and everything that happened in that game, apart from the late goal, went exactly the way Forest would have hoped for. Yeah, they've done it again. Tactically, he's just got it right.
It has. No changes.
And there wouldn't be. Heckingbottom was someone we've seen doesn't like a halftime change. And actually, I'm okay with that. I think the rest of the time, he usually gets things right. And certainly with the amount of injuries he's had to deal with, he's done extremely well. And our clock is back in play. That's what you all came for. That's what you wanted to see. And this man, Mr. Wright, £2. Do you think we have the right team for the Prem, though?
No, I'm hopeful. It wasn't a penalty.
You know what?
Anybody, if you're not watching, Gibbs White just went down in the box, and it was more of a hopeful cry of penalty rather than expecting anything. He knocks the ball past.
He's dived, Adam.
He has.
Mr. Wright, I would just answer your question because you did give us a super chat. Please do give us a super chat. Adam will tell you how to do that in a moment. You know what? You just get to the Premier League and then you worry about it. You just got to get up. Here's a chance for Morgan Gibbs White. Can he change things? It's a poor ball. It's intercepted though. Won well by Iliman Ndiaye. Gets that shot away on the edge of the box. John Fleck, and it's going to just trickle wide. Once you get into the Premier League, it's the signings you then make. No, the current team isn't good enough, but it would be how we then looked to spend and bring players in to help push the team on. And you never know if we have a takeover, not necessarily saying Henry Morris, but someone in the time that, because if you do get the Premier League, it's going to become much more attractive. Here's Iliman Ndiaye, chance to make it. Oh, is that a foul? He's trying to stay on his feet. Michael Oliver,
on his feet. He's been very
not
honest.
interested.
He's been very, very honest there.
Sander Berge on this right-hand side tries to drill that ball across. It's a goal! Back in it! Morgan Gibbs White, 47th minute. United are back in it. It's one apiece. Is this the last time we've seen Morgan Gibbs White? Not if we get the goals. We can go to Wembley. It's 1-1 in the night. It's 3-2 on aggregate, and the Blades have had the perfect start to this second half. Yes. Let's go United. Adam, break it down for me.
Get in. Ball was played forward. It's a rather long ball played forward. Iliman Ndiaye got on the shoulder of the defender. They tried to tackle. Was he clipped? He tried to stay on his feet. He stumbled. He got back to his feet. He pulls it back. Sander Berge, with some tricky footwork, took it to the byline, brought it back. Wasn't cleared. Morgan Gibbs White, 1-1. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Sander Berge. What a ball back. And that is a great flick. And well done, referee, because John Fleck was in the way of the referee, in the way of the goalkeeper, potentially in offside position as well. But we'll look past that, because it's 1-1, it's game on, and the Blades are back on the front foot again. It's a throw into the Blades, and Sander Berge was considering taking it, and he has. Don't normally see Sander Berge taking throw-ins. So Chris Basham's got it on this right-hand side. He's looking to burst forward. He plays it out wide to George Baldock. Sander Berge has got it again. He's going to burst towards that byline again, using his body strength, and wins a corner for the Blades. Oh, come on, we're back in this.
Let's go, Blades. Let's get back in this. Let's see some scenes. I tell you what, if we can actually somehow come back and win this, it'll be one of the most memorable nights in Blades. They're trying to kill the momentum, Adam. It's gamesmanship, and it's absolutely
John Egan right
MO.
Come on,
it's what he'll be telling them to do. Go down, fake an injury, kill that momentum, because the Blades have got it now. Get him off the pitch, just force him off the pitch. He can roll back a yard. Roll him off, take the corner, get that goal. Do not fall for this nonsense. If Zinkernagel is out or if someone's whispering in his ear, by the way, if you have to leave the pitch now, you can't play at Wembley, he'd shoot up. So let's just get on with it.
Absolutely. Corner comes in, it's gone to the far stick. It's a chance. Oh, it's hit our own man. It's here. It's hit the own man. Oh, it's another corner for the Blades, but the header was won by Jackie Longthrow, and it's come off the back of Iliman Ndiaye, I believe. Oh, Jackie Longthrow. Oh, it's hit Ndiaye on the head. I don't think it was going in, actually, looking at that. That could have deflected anywhere, but Jackie Longthrow comes storming in a la QPR. Oh, yeah, he's got his hands behind his head. It could have gone that way, but the Blades have got another corner. Oh, this is all turned around.
Hasn't
we said
it?
we needed a goal. We said we needed a goal before half-time. It's going.
Oh, another corner whipped in.
It's another corner ball. Oh, we're on the patak. Get the patak up.
I know we're leaving it because that's it. It's lucky the last time it came up out of nowhere for some reason. Another corner whipped in.
Here we go, and here we go. I feel like I'm bursting into song. Hecky, Jack and Stuart McCall. Come on, Blades. Let's get it. Let's get another one. John Fleck's pointing something out. John Fleck, I think, is pointing about the holding that's going on in the penalty area and hoping that, pointing it to the linesman and hoping that we're going to be given something.
£1.79. Morgan Gibbs-White. That's
Hal is greater than Morgan Gibbs-White.
Yeah, it's not the case, but thank you. Right, we've got another corner. Just don't let them kill the momentum. Michael Oliver saying, get on with it. There's a lot of jostling going on. Jack Colback all over Morgan Gibbs-White. Samba pushing him. Could be a foul there. Oh, it's too far. It's over-delivered, isn't it? It's going to roll out unless he can keep it in. It's just going to go out for a
throw-in.
It's a poor corner. That is where the momentum actually dies, not from Forest's gamesmanship, but from the Blades' own poor delivery on a set piece.
I have to say, though, with all the jostling that's going off in the box there, there's fouls all over the place. There's a foul on Jack Robinson. He's all over his shirt. The ball's too long, but if that's a bit shorter, I think Jack Robinson is getting a penalty kick there. He's pulling his shirt down like this on every single set piece, and that was what John Fleck was pointing out to the assistant referee at the point of the corner. And it's a throw-in. He's not touched him. It's a free kick. Yeah, good to see Michael Oliver's not falling for this nonsense from Nottingham Forest.
And it is, Absolutely. And it's a lot of it. And that's their gamesmanship, and that's the way they're going to try and play it now. And we cannot let that happen. They look rattled, and quite right, they should be. If the Blades can get another goal, this changes everything. And I'll tell you now, if the Blades score again, I see them winning and going to Wembley and then going to the Premier League.
Come on.
Let's get that goal.
Just no fouls.
This is the season. On the line. Well won. Brave header from Oliver Norwood. It is a foul. It's a brave header, though. He's absolutely clattered there. And you know what? There's an argument there for a booking because that was intentional. And you can really hurt a player. You can damage a neck with a sort of nonsense challenge like that from Garner. He's not even looking at the ball.
No,
he's just looking to hurt Oliver Norwood.
That's nasty, yeah. George Baldock, apoplectic with rage, to quote you, Hal. You're my favourite phrase of yours.
I know.
I had to get it in at some point. I can't believe it took me 51 minutes to get that in.
I'll be doing the match reaction after this game, just so you know. That's why I'm taking notes. Here is Oliver Norwood whipping that ball across. Not a bad ball. Any touch there. Another corner. The corner pressure continues. How many corners is this? Is this now 4?
4 in the second half. Oh, this is brilliant. Come on, Blades. Let's make the most of it. That's a great head back across. And yeah, we've really got the pressure on them. We've got them rattled. Let's make it count. Yeah, you look worried. Hope you book your train tickets and it flies back in your face. I'll have your hotel, mate. Don't worry about it. Come on, Blades.
Corner on this right-hand side. John Fleck delivers. Let's have it. Just not too long, and that's going to be over the top. And yeah, a goal kick all day and twice on Tuesdays. Jack Robinson not able to keep that one down, but the Blades have absolutely turned things around in terms of how this game is playing out. They've got them rattled. Whatever Paul Heckingbottom said at half-time, Adam, it worked.
What a 7 minutes. Forest team talk, Steve Cooper, keep it quiet, 15 minutes. Quell it, game over. Oh, just into the second half they scored. Different game. Completely and utter different game this is. Oh, we just got to keep it going. Just absolutely keep it going. Not be crazy. Don't get caught out of the back. Just keep going. Keep getting forward because they're rattled. They're sat back. They're holding on, mate. They're absolutely holding on.
Forest are not playing in a pretty way. They're playing it quite dirty, a lot of gamesmanship. United are playing in the way that we did against QPR. And also, we started this game really well. Difference is, we took a chance this time. You know, we don't have a recognised striker on the pitch. We're having to make do with what we can. Forest have their own injury concerns, but nothing like the kind of injuries that Paul Heckingbottom has had to deal with. And I maintain that a fully fit Sheffield United side under Paul Heckingbottom is not in the playoffs. It's in the automatic promotion places.
Yes, it is. Right. Calm. Come on, boys. After that excitement, right. my heart rate's coming down a little bit now. Getting overexcited. The Forest fans are trying to get their team going now. They're going to have a few minutes of possession, I think, now. Then we can regroup and go again.
Yeah, and go again is exactly what we've got to do. Jed Spence on this right-hand side on 54 minutes is going to take that throw into Zinkernagel, but he takes a touch that's quite poor. The Blades can get it away. Looking to do that direct route ball again over the top, over halfway, but it's cleared by Forest and a bit more head tennis, as we saw quite a bit of in the first half. There's absolutely no way on earth that's a foul. Forest again looking for everything. It's cheating, if anything, Adam, what they're doing now. They're just trying to stifle the game and kill any momentum. Brennan Johnson feels the slightest touch and falls down like a sack of potatoes.
The good news with this is Michael Oliver is seeing what's happening. He's seeing. And there's going to be one where there's going to be a foul and he's going to be, it's boy who cried wolf, you're not having it. Go away. Fed up
it could well be, in my opinion, there could well be a red card in this game. I don't know who for, but it could be a game that is on a knife edge of boiling over. And it could go either way. I think one crunching mistimed challenge and both benches absolutely go crazy. And we could have another of those brawls that we saw in the first half because this is just too much on the line. Both of them want it so much.
They do.
Poor ball in. Where's meat and drink? Like to see Michael Oliver actually, quite right what Danny says, maybe start giving some yellows for...
potentially.
For the gamesmanship, because you can't let it go. It's going to ruin the game if you see any of that. There's my mate Connell. See him front row. He's done well. He gets to so many away games. Lives where I used to live in Hampshire. And be interesting to see Nick. I know he's got a good seat for this one. That ball played forward, looking for Brennan Johnson from Sam Surridge, but it's well dealt with by Jackie Longthrow. Tries to go long again. We're seeing that direct route is the way they want to play. And Forest will try and keep the ball moving quickly. This definitely hasn't been a game where they've now tried to slow the pace down, which they did for a spell when they got that goal in the first half, Adam.
That's it. But safety first from Jack Robinson as well. It's showing that we've still got the heads. We've still got our heads. Hecky 2-footer on Cooper.
Well, I say what, he'd be banned for Wembley. That's why not. So let's not do that. He deserves his day out at Wembley again, because of course Hecky's only ever won in the playoffs. This is his fourth playoff away, second leg, and he's won all the previous three.
Oh, hold it. Come on, Sander.
Sander, heavy touch, my lad. Sander, though, starting this second half far better than anything we saw from him in the first half. He just wasn't Sander. They need to give everything in this second. The final is not for another 12 days. They'll have plenty of time to recover afterwards. I agree with that. You do get a nice break these days, don't you, before the final. That's a flick ball back from Iliman and Dye. No chance that Morgan Gibbs-White could have read what his intentions were there. We're on 57 minutes. The clock that you'll see there is actually counting up to 45. So don't think you're still in the first half. You're in the second half. And it is one apiece, 3-2 on aggregate. I think it's now time that I would make a change, even though the Blades have come out looking really good. I'd take Reece Norrington-Davis off and I would get Ben Osborne on. If there's one player that's going to be up for a great performance at the City Ground, it is Ben Osborne. And Oliver Norwood puts that ball forward. Oh, he slightly underplayed that to George Baldock, who, Gorgeous George can finish. We know that.
Yeah, 12 days could all be like, what a gift for Billy to be sub today.
That's a bad foul, that one. I think that Michael Oliver might get a card out here for that one. That was late.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
It is fair enough. It was a silly challenge. And Jack Robinson, I think, is walking a card tightrope. There's a Forest fan there sat down with his shirt off. If you're going to take your shirt off, you've got to be stood up. I think that is a basic rule for shirt off at a football match etiquette.
You ever had your shirt off at a football match, Hal?
Of course not, Adam.
No, I didn't think so.
I
didn't think so. But so before I cast aspersions on people who with the shirts off at football games, I thought I best just check.
I wear more than that fella's wearing there in the bath, so there's no chance I'm going to take the shirt off at a football match. No, thank you.
Ever been on the pitch?
No. Do you know what? I obey the rules of our country. Full stop. And that is a criminal offence, no matter what state of play the game is at. You are not allowed to encroach on the field. And if you do, I believe you should be punished to the fullest extent of the law and banned from football for at least 50 years.
But if we qualify...
Oh, no, if we qualify, get on the pitch, absolutely. As long as you're not begging for a shirt, you can do what you like.
How many inadvertent?
I'm only joking anyway. I couldn't care less if people on the pitch.
I was only in the pitch once inadvertently down at the old Dell in a 3-3 draw. I was on the front row and it was kind of a surge of people behind, so safety meant that I had to sort of walk onto the pitch.
Good decision. Nice. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Of course, the Dell, the only ground that used to have a chimney. Here is Sander Berger on 59 minutes. Can the Blades get back into this game? A slight lull, but United back on the front foot with George Baldock. Oh, he should have shot a la Norwich. Could have done it. It would have been on his left foot, but I believe in him. And he's already hit an absolute pinger against Swansea, formerly managed by Steve Cooper this season. Oh, Reece,
that's not strong enough, Reece.
Get him. I think it's time to take him off. I think he's showing his legs. He hasn't played for a while.
That's a great little touch there. That was overhit. Oh, Gibbs White just lost out. That's another crazy, crazy dive in. What's the referee going to do here?
He's done well.
I think it was a foul by Norwood, but he's let it go. And then he's given us a free kick, and Norwood's played a quick one to Norrington Davis, which probably wasn't the wisest because he's just giving it away. But no, it's well won, and that's going to be a corner to the Blades. Illiman and Dye looked like he'd lost the ball. He turned very well. That's
what I do when I'm asking for a corner, but it's also what I do when I'm umpiring. And
I've just seen Ross. I've just seen Ross in the crowd.
You know what? Ross is getting more mentions than anyone else. He's had more mentions. He's had more mentions than George Baldock in this game.
Yeah.
There's only you and me who know who Ross is.
No, just you point out people you know. I like to,
Yeah, true. Out. What we're doing here is narrow casting. Let's do broadcasting. Ball played in. Looks like a foul. Michael Oliver's going to give it all day. And that's bang on the hour mark that we see that. And that's a real waste as the Blades have yet another corner.
And they're all having a sit down.
I don't know why I brought that one on the screen. I'll tell you why. It's because
it's Helen.
Because it's lovely Helen, and you don't think we're going to get toilet talk from Helen, but also because my nephew broke my glasses, so I'm wearing a slightly different pair, and I thought they were exactly the same, but they're actually my old prescription, so I'm struggling to read. I do struggling to read anything. I was playing football with him, and he smashed a ball straight in my face.
Oh dear. Yeah. So you think it's 11? So you think it's 11 all? Looking at the screen, then Hal.
I think it's 11 all. Yeah, everything's in double vision. Steve Cook, the wily old fox, formerly of Bournemouth. Jack Colback playing instead of Max Lowe, who couldn't have played anyway, but he is injured. Zinkernagel trying to change the tables here. He wins a corner and G's up the crowd off Baldock. And now we're seeing the shots a rather subdued-looking Forest subs bench. Do like this. If you haven't yet, this YouTube video, it'd be great to get as many likes as possible. The more likes you do, the more it helps the algorithm, and more people would be able to see it. Also, if you know any Blades that are wanting to have a different experience of this game and join us for a biased Blades commentary with the Watchalong, if they've never done a Watchalong before, tell them to join today. 62 minutes on the clock. Corner ball. Wes has got to push Sander Berger away. Again, it's not in the D. Garner's gained a good half a yard there, and it doesn't help him. And in fact, if he'd had it in the D, Adam, I think that falls directly on the head of a Forest player.
Cheats never prosper. There's the
rules. West Ham have proven that cheats do prosper, but yes, I know what you mean.
All right, here we go. Come on then, Jackie, get it forwards. I tell you what, I said at the start, if it was as you were on the hour mark, I'd be quite happy, and that's where we're at. And we've got momentum.
Yeah, okay. Imagine this is still 0-0. Absolutely. We would be delighted because we would think, right, we're saving something in the tank for a push in the final 20. Nick a goal, take it to extras, throw on a Canadian-born super sub, and oh my God, Daniel Jefferson, shirt off, United, booking their place to Wembley. And we don't need to worry about what happened after the 4-3 against Forest when we eventually lost, because that was at the Millennium Stadium, different stadiums. So forget that.
Yeah, it's forgotten.
It's forgotten. I've already forgotten about it. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking from Stoke. Won't we talking from Stoke this time?
Also true. Forest fans, it seems, are in good voice, getting behind their side. 23 years out of the top flight for a historic side. Spence, can I have your shirt? What do you think about the signs asking for shirts, Adam?
No, go away.
He has spoken. Old school, aren't you, though?
I am old school.
We never had that when we first started going.
He wouldn't ask for the shirts, but you should have a good old-fashioned brawl for a shirt, I think. When I got Lee Sanford's shirt back in the 90s. No, it was thrown into the crowd, but Lee Sanford threw it in, and there's probably about 20 people, and there was no way that I was letting it go. Absolutely no way. I got that.
I was 4 years old at the time.
It's about 12 for 13, I think.
Yeah, bigger than me now, though. All right, let's get back onto the action as Oliver Norwood decides against using the ping and plays it sensibly to John Egan. Chris Basham, lovely pass to space, although that space has quickly gone as Zinkernagel closed Oliver Norwood down and he overplayed it. We're playing at the moment. Yeah, George Baldock really angry, wanted an angled pass that was going to cut up in front of him, and he got one played just way too fast and full ahead of him. And yeah, there's no way he's going to catch that. Oliver Burke doesn't catch that.
So, looking at this, Hal, Baldock is very, very far forward. Has he actually been pushed up into midfield?
Yeah, but get Reece Norrington-Davies off the other way because it doesn't make sense. We've got that unbalanced. Reece Norrington-Davies can't keep up with Spence, so I would take him off because his positioning is too deep and he's not offering an outlet on the left-hand side attacking-wise. So I would say Ben Osborne on. I'd also think it might be Filip Aremovic time. What do you think?
Possibly so, but I think we've gone to a 4 at the back, Hal. I think Basham's playing at right back, and Baldock is further forward.
All right, Aremovic
set up defensive then
could play instead of Baldock because Baldock hasn't had a lot of minutes. Aremovic has played midfield before. He's played right wing back before. He's played right back before. I think he could do a job. He's big. He could put, because we're putting balls in from the left. He could be that man at the far post because you're not going to be necessarily, if you're Forest, worried about a right back normally winning a header at the far post. Well, if that right back suddenly is Filip Aremovic, it's very different to defending George Baldock.
Correct. All sort of options. Something going off. They're all up. They're standing. It's like they're commemorating something. It's just the way the whole ground to a 1 has just stood up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's possibly just the overall excitement of the playoffs, of the fact that they've got this far, and that when Steve Cooper took over, they were bottom. I think it's worth remembering that he's done a tremendous job. But come what may, if neither of these sides go up, the turnaround has been magnificent, and both sets of fans should be really delighted that really they got their clubs back.
Absolutely. Right,
Wes's ball forward is won by Forest. It'll drop to Chris Basham. Adam right that it's time to go long. 65 on the clock. I think time for a change. I think there's some leggy players out there. The fullback's certainly looking tired as Zinkernagel will look to bring in Brennan Johnson. It's really well read. Oh, Jackie Long.
Sorry, Jackie's on a yellow. He
took a heavy touch, and then of course he could have dived in. That for me.
That's a corner.
Oh, it is a corner, isn't it? Mr. Wright has again said, has Adam ever been to Darlington? Feetums? I have many times. Adam, you?
I've been to Darlington, yes.
Have you been to Feetums? The old Feetums?
Yes. It was a League Cup game.
Yeah, I went to that one.
Yeah. I think, did I go with, did I know you then?
I didn't know you.
What year was it? What was it? It was late 90s, wasn't it?
I think it was late 90s. I went in the Darlington end and I wore a Sheffield United shirt.
No, I sat on the side. I thought, I definitely went. Yeah. Well, I did. In answer to the question, yes, I did go.
Yeah.
But not in the 1980s, which is I wasn't born.
Well, I used to live
near
there.
If you refer to that famous day.
Right, here's a corner. Whipped in. Chance for Forest. This to end it. Oh, and it's a nice and easy header, and Wes is able to claim that one at the first attempt. Looks to go long. It's a really good ball to Morgan Gibbs-White on this left-hand side. Jack Colback and Jed Spence, the left back and the right back,
well done.
Both on him, and then he's fouled, I thought. Michael Oliver's not going to do anything because I thought they stopped him trying to get that ball quickly. But no. This ball we're going to see again. The corner comes in. I think that's a foul on Sander Berger and probably should have been given. Absolutely. Hal putting shoehorns in square holes.
That's a new one.
I don't know what it means either, but I like Tony, so I'm just going to agree with it. Yeah. We are looking for a sub with a towel, Paul, if you just wouldn't mind telling any of your subs or injured players. Maybe that could be Didsley's new role, then we can keep him. Ball thrown in. Looking again to aim for the D rather than straight to the goalkeeper, which Jackie Robinson has done so many times.
Oh, it's a push.
Referee, that could have been a push. Michael Oliver, again, you know what? It's going to take a chainsaw job because he's not giving these fouls in the box for the Blades. And I think that we could have had a penalty already in this game. I think we could have had one in the first game. And for me, that looked like a push. I'd like to see it again.
So I'm going to throw something out there, Hal. Controversial time. Do you think the Premier League referees, like Michael Oliver is, are used to not giving penalties?
Yeah, because of VAR.
And someone will be in their ear and say, you need to go and have a look at that, mate.
Maybe, although with the way it seems to be working in the Premier League is, if you don't give it and it looks like a blatant pen, it still doesn't get given. And if you do give it, it could go either way.
Yeah. Come on,
here's a
Come
chance.
on,
Morgan Gibbs-White, take a pop shot.
No.
He does. Not a good one from Morgan. He's got way more in his locker, as we saw at Cardiff away.
John Fleck.
On the right-hand side, Sander. So dangerous on this right. Normally when he drives, David Cuttrell style, to the byline, but at that occasion he decided not to drive, and I think that was the wrong call. Oliver Norwood, has he overhit another one? He has. He's overhit several passes in this match, Oliver Norwood.
Great idea, and he is furious with himself.
I remember the 80s, of course. We had the memories of that not so long ago, the anniversary. Was it 40 years ago? Filling Beaton's.
It was, but that's just kicked up off the surface.
Yeah.
So Norwood's played it, and it's kind of skipped. Equivalent of getting a kick in snooker, just taking it off track. Joe Lolly's coming on.
Yeah, he'll be hoping to give the Blades a licking, but hopefully we can keep him subdued and he will melt under the heat of a Blades attack.
Absolutely.
What's going to happen next? Is there another goal in this game, Adam?
Yes. There's another goal. It's either we get the equaliser on aggregate, winner of the night, or we've just got like everybody up front, including Wes, for a corner in 2 minutes into stoppage time, praying for a miracle, and then they just put it in an empty net. But I'd be disappointed if there's not another goal, and if we lose 2-1 on the night, so be it. We just got to put everybody forward. 10 minutes to go onwards.
Yeah, I agree with that. So Lolly is going to replace Philip Zinkernagel, very dangerous player. I would like to see changes for the Blades now. Pop in the comments who you believe should be that change for Sheffield United. I've already stated my case for Filip Uremovic.
Well, he's statuesque on the bench.
I know, he's not moving. He's not warming up.
He's not moved.
Let me know in the comments who you think should be brought on. And also don't forget to give this a like. That ball is not gone out. The linesman's going to watch it now go out for a throw-in as the corner flag needs repositioning. Put it back together. Yeah, put it back together. That's not quite what I was looking for. I wish Sharp was on the bench. But Ben for Reece, absolutely agree.
So on that then, Hal, how can he kick the ball into the centre and take the corner flag out with a kick and the ball not be out of play? Surely the simple law of physics means that it must be past the corner flag. I don't think you can say the simple laws of physics when you're talking to me, but yes, I agree with the basics. If only the referee had a watch buzzer that works. Anyway,
that's too soon. Still too soon. Ball played forward, looking for Sander Berger. Oh, it's nice play actually. That's very, very comfortable feet from James Garner, the Manchester United midfielder on loan at Nottingham Forest. They've just started to come back into this game, and I don't like it. I would like to see United push more. I wish we had McGoldrick on the pitch. Sonny, so do we. We're missing that spark, something to change the game, that creativity. And we don't have options on the bench that I think can change a game, really. Do you want to be relying on the kids, Asula and Jebison? Possibly not.
Some fun. So Stuart Finlay, I think that's my good friend Stuart Finlay, who I used to work with, who's a Bradford fan, who was... I promised if he made a comment, I'd give him a shout out, but since James Hansen was sold to Sheffield United, he's not left his sofa following the bantams on certain media players. Bless him. Unlike his good friend Nathan, who goes home and away. But Keane Davis coming on now.
I was going to say, we are going to see a very, very dangerous substitute. What the Blades would give to have a game changer like that being brought on. We really, really need to make a change. I'm not quite sure what Paul Heckingbottom is thinking and why he's leaving it so late. Perhaps he's got in his mind's eye extra time because he's probably going to send a signal out to the lads in around about 5 minutes. Hell for leather. We go gung-ho. We get that goal. I think that's what he might be thinking. And then the changes, the fresh legs into the latter stages.
Yes, perhaps so. Perhaps so.
Thank you, Math. You've mentioned your good friend. Math's my good friend. And, good to have you along, Math, even though everything he says is really weird and often about feces. Here's Morgan Gibbs-White looking for Iliman Ndiaye. Oh, he's kept it in. He's done really well. He's fouled once, twice, 3 times a lady. But no, says Michael Oliver. He's letting a lot go today. He's not given enough for the Blades. It's been a very, very difficult refereeing performance to enjoy. 3-2 on aggregate, 74 minutes on the clock. You're seeing it count up to 45 over there. It's myself, Hal, and Statsman Adam with you. If you do a super chat, you'd be helping us with our enormous running costs on what will be the final watch-along of the season, regardless of whether we get to Wembley or not, because Adam, myself, Nick, we will all be there.
We will. We will indeed. Come on. Here we go. Right, Bash. Go. Run.
Come along. Come along,
running,
Blades. Let's go. I'm not sure that was the right ball. A man being marked by two players in Iliman and Dye there. That ball from Bash. Very, very difficult. Well done, Sanderberger. That's a foul.
There's a foul.
Referees, let it go.
Come on,
go on, George. George, we've only got one man in the box.
White.
It's only Gibbs White. Now he's got Flex joining him. Company.
He's going to Yes!
Oh, the scenes! Oh, get in! Super John Fleck joining late. It's 2-1 on the night. The Blades have turned it around. Come on! Let's go. 3-3. Get in!
What an advantage, Michael Oliver, as well. Good lad. Well played, George Baldock. That's absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Like I said, take Fleck off. He's done nothing.
What do you know, mate? What do you know?
Oh, this is brilliant.
You absolute idiot. Talk me through it.
74 minutes on the clock, and the ball's won. It looked like a foul on Dye. Let it go. George Baldock, 25 yards from goal, out on the wing, checks back, comes inside, shows the defender, goes to the byline, 6 yards out, crosses it in. John Fleck in front of Samba. 3-3. Here we go. Oh, you little beauty, John Fleck. Oh, you've always been my favourite. That's the advantage of getting midfielders forward, and John Fleck to be in that position is absolutely superb.
We go.
That's what it's all about.
Again, I do not like the way this game initially started. The worst that could possibly have happened. Forest got cocky, gamesmanship, time wasting, nonsense. Now the Blades have started to play football, and that's what this game should be. And long ball, and exactly what, I thought a change would do you good, but I also speculated that Hecky was waiting to give the signal, and the signal he gave, and it worked. And here we go. Blades going to look to take it all the way. Who knows what could happen? It's now back level, 3-3 on aggregate, and it's anyone's game, Adam.
Do you keep going? Because it's worked so well. Do you just keep going? Do you go for it now, 15 minutes, and put it to bed?
Big questions. I would go for it. I don't think you should try and get to extra time and then hope for penalties. That's a very risky strategy, because one mistake, one error.
You don't hope for penalties.
No, you don't hope for penalties. I mean, I've seen the Blades win penalty shootouts, but I've also seen them lose them. Keenan Davis off, Sam Surridge off, Keenan Davis on. Keenan Davis, a handful that we saw at Bramall Lane.
Do you bring Ben Davis on for Jackie Robinson, given he's on a yellow card now, to handle the aerial threat?
Yes, you do. Morgan Gibbs-White. Decent ball. Yes. Could have been. Adam, should it have been?
Our English Senegalese Frenchman nearly got the man of many nationalities. Oh, what a ball from Gibbs-White. And the Forest defender just got a little clip. I think he got a tiny clip on it, and it's possibly offside as well. But I think the Forest defender, with his leg coming across in front of Ndai, just put him off, and he did just enough.
It's the Sheffield United way, this, isn't it? I tell you what, they never do it easy for you. And if the Blades are going to lose, it's the hope that kills you, and they've given us that hope. Jed Spence looking to try and reinvigorate. I don't think that's right. Reece Norrington-Davis has not got his number. I hate to say it, but take him off.
That's the change it needs.
It's got to be. Jed Spence all day can get past Reece Norrington-Davis. Reece, this is not a dig at you. It's not. It's because he hasn't been playing the minutes recently to be up to snuff now, to be playing 78 minutes. I think we need fresh legs. Here's Forrest trying to burst into the box. Get it away, Blades. Let's make something special happen. Let's make some magic. Let's make some miracles. This could be one of the greatest away days. The ball is played back, and Samba's out of his goal, and that is going to roll back. Fortunate stuff. It's all happening here. The Blades are making it so nervy, and Forrest are rattled.
Oh my days! He's just played it past his own goalkeeper, and it's 3-4 yards wide. But oh my days, McKenna, that was nearly magic. That was nearly magic for the Blades.
You'd have been my hero.
Oh, dear. We nearly pulled a rabbit out of the hat for us there. But anyway, moving away from the magic punt, it's a corner to the Blades. Yeah, you booked a hotel. Saves you right, pal. Right, come on. Here we go.
Never heard
Here
you
we
like
go. Oh. He's in. Oh,
handball!
It's not going to be given, but the Blades are completely on the front foot. It's Sander Berger now.
Don't you dare try and think about slowing things down. This is not one yet. Let's get the pace back up, Blades. The pace. This is too slow. It's too ponderous. That's it. Burst.
Oh.
Took a deflection. Otherwise, I think it would have been the right ball. We're on 80 minutes now.
Fleck looking to start again for the Blades.
Come along.
Plays a little interchange.
Got the momentum now. We can beat
these. Like to bash. Oh, come on. Ping, Norwood, ping. No, it's too long again, Nolly.
Again, Norwood. Again, it's too long.
Look at the run there, though. What effort. What effort from Gibbs White there. And he's won the throw-in. That is absolutely tremendous. 50 yards, he chased a lost cause then, right away across the pitch to win a throw-in. That is absolutely tremendous. And Jackie Longthrow can now launch this into the box.
We're all over.
Second half, 7 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals, 18 touches in the opposition box to Forest 1. It's pure Blades domination. That's what it is. We've got them on the ropes, back straight to the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a big 10 minutes, Hal. It's a huge 10 minutes. And here is the tank. Emil Heskey Lovechild going forward. Here he goes. Look at that. Oh, God, he's got some strength, hasn't he?
He's got the strength. He's got the ability as well.
Just hold him up. And he's out for... That's Wes.
Oh, Wes should have called for that. Call for it and there's no nonsense. That looked like a foul. Oh, that's a foul as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be a corner. He's not giving anything. Now this is a different threat because they've got muscly people, haven't they, now in Davis? It's a completely different threat from set pieces.
Make a change, Blades. I think you're right. I think the Ben Davis decision is the right one, Adam, just because the booking that Jackie Longthrow is on and Keenan Davis is a very different proposition. And you could see Jackie Longthrow tugging someone who gets past him, like Ben, like Keenan Davis. So Ben hopefully wouldn't get that same booking. That would be a red. Another corner, is it or no? I think it's just going to roll out for a goal kick. Excellent. I think Worrell thought it was a corner. Certainly, I'd like to have seen that again, but this is some game, isn't it? This is intense. This is what you came for. This is the playoffs.
I think Michael Oliver, it's known in the trade as levelling it up there, I think is what you'd say. I think he realised that he should have given us a free kick. He gave the corner and then he's like, I'm just giving a goal kick now.
And it's amazing, Adam, isn't it? How often refs do that.
Yeah, with some glum faces in the Forest end.
What a display. What a performance. The Forest fans that we were hearing from before, so confident, so cocky. They were saying things like, it's not a question of if, but when. And United have turned this around. And you never want the most crucial leg to be the away one. And United have never won an away game in the playoffs. We need a sub and we need a third on the night. And then it's all change.
It is. Right.
I think Baldock needs to be on his heels there. He rather waited for that to come to him and had Jack Colback anticipated that. Forrest would have been on the break there. Dangerous stuff. David Johnson looking on, glum face. Not happy. Yeah. The slow clap.
It's like a repeat of 19 years ago for you. Hopefully the same result as well.
I mean, no offense. He played for both sides. Why is he? Well, of course, it's because his son plays for Forest, but
Yeah, come on.
Baldock. To his best buddy, Sander Berger, going to retake that.
He's going to retake it because he nicked 6 blades of grass further forward. I mean, all throughout the game, we've been about 10 yards away, but now it matters for some unknown reason.
Hecky not happy about that. I think it was just a case of let's get a move on here. I mean, who's going to kill momentum? Is it going to be Forest or is it going to be Michael Oliver, the referee, for this one? And I think we now need to see Blades fans get behind them. Yeah, I think a foul throw and then given to Forest, as of course is the rules, but a real mess and a real waste. And here is Oliver Norwood looking to try and find Sander, who's done much better in this second half. Sander Berger wins that one, and it'll go out for a throw-in to Forest on this left-hand side. Jack Colback finds an unmarked Keenan Davis, and I hope not to say that again. Very, very dangerous player. Be alert, Blades. Let's be sensible now. It's all about thinking about this. Forest are going to have to try and come at us now, and this might play into our hands because the Blades can pick them off. And we said, didn't we? We needed a QPR away performance.
which was 3-1. Conor Horahan, stoppage time.
I said 3-1. I said
Yes.
3-1.
I'm just looking at my watch. The heart rate's at 147.
147. Oh, I've switched my heart rate off because I don't care. But I'd be quite interested to know what that is. Actually, I'm not going to turn it back on now because that would involve me not concentrating. But 147, you may need to go and see a practicing general practitioner. Didn't want to say practicing again.
Just watching Sheffield United.
It'll do it to you.
Yes.
Oh, well, I think that's a very difficult one for George to do anything with. But that header goes out for a throw-in to Forest. It's going to be absolutely key, the next decision. It's been all Blades in this second half, and United have deserved to be up by more than 2 goals. Samba, dilly-dally, but just gets it away. Looks quite comfortable with his feet, actually, Samba, the goalkeeper. I've been very impressed. Can Forest launch their first attack, real attack of this second half, or will the Blades snuff them out? Keenan Davis can't do anything with it. The Blades get it away. Headed forward. Forest looking with Colback offside to try and keep something alive. The linesman not flagging because Colback was clearly just walking back from that offside position. His pass is straight to George Baldock, taking his time with the clearance. Was looking for Morgan Gibbs-White. Header away. It's not good football now.
It's got a bit scrappy, hasn't it?
It's got really scrappy, and that's a really good header forward. Keenan Davis clearly fouls his man. Referee says, play on. That's a ridiculous decision. Oh, and nearly a slice clearance, but that was a blatant foul. And I can't believe that Michael Oliver has not given that. He really got that one wrong. And that was a foul all day, Adam, didn't you think?
Yeah, he's just pushed him down. His hand's on Bash's shoulder. You can't put downward pressure on Bash's shoulder like that. And Norrington Davies panicked. Both sides are panicking now. It's in that last chance saloon moment. One slip, one mistake. I think both sides would take extra time now. Unfair
corners. These are the most dangerous. There should never have been a corner. A clear foul on Chris Basham. And here we go on 86. Forest looking to nick it as the header goes over.
Wow. 4.5 minutes.
Are we looking at a very, very late night as I'm doing the match reaction? And my wife's got an early start tomorrow. That's a disaster. But my problem, not yours.
Yes. Nervously looking at my battery life, thinking it's going to have to be a search for a charger.
Yeah. You're not the only one. I think actually another thing to think about, if this is serious, is with the StreamYard, the service we use for this, we've got a limit of 3 hours. So here's Keenan Davis. Chance for him to burst forward. No, blocking. Well done, Blades. Get away, Norwood. Here's Garner. It's still alive. Forest are looking to try and nick this. Spence, crossed in, headed over.
Fine.
Oh, we'll take that. In the worst case scenario, if you're watching this, we would simply start another stream. Do not fear. We will not leave you. I think that we need to be, honestly, Heckingbottom is playing a very, very brave game of not making any changes. But you know what? You've got to assume extra time, Adam. It's the fool of us that doesn't.
If it's extra time, then it's going to be grab a charger. It's going to be press a button on the TV because I've lost the TV remote and it's got a ridiculous shutdown feature if you don't press a button on it for 4 hours. And I'm about 3.5 now.
Yeah, I've got the same thing. And actually, my remote's all the way over there. So that would be...
Mine's lost. I don't know where it's gone. I think it was lost. Last seen when Ben Davies equalised. Scored the winner against Blackburn. I think that's the last time I saw it.
So you'd have to get up and physically turn your TV.
Press the TV. Yeah,
back on.
At least it gives me a 5-minute warning. Come on, Sander.
Hopefully we won't need it. Go. 88 minutes. Sanderberger. Oh, it's not the ball. No one there. George Baldock. Keep it alive.
Side, boys.
Let's win this in normal. Don't take it to extra for the reasons we've just explained.
Back to Sander. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's offside.
Oh dear. I apologise that it may just be grunted noises as you might get the gist of what's happening and no coherent commentary for the next 2 or 3 minutes as we go forward.
That could easily be the case. All a bit of a mess though anyway, with what we eventually saw there, and not the cleanest of strikes, but offside anyway. And United need something special in these final few minutes. This is going to be the tensest, I would imagine, 6 minutes of our season.
Well held up. That is tremendous.
Brilliant.
That's Christopher Basham. Choo Basham is off. He's taking them all on. He's on his own. Come on.
You love to see it. Go on, Blades.
Morgan Gibbs-White.
Oh, what was that pass?
Gibbs.
He had 3 men ahead of him. That was the wrong ball. And now Forrest can break.
Just
Egan.
Out,
well done, Egan. Gets there ahead of Lolly and deals with it superbly. That was the wrong pass, though, from Morgan Gibbs-White. You don't say that often.
Go on, George.
Go on, George. Take it on. Keenan Davis comes up there. He's got no options. He's got absolutely no options. William Anadai can't get the ball there. Instead, it's Davis who does really well with that challenge, and a chance now for Ghana to break. It's end-to-end stuff, and Forest looking to finally launch their first meaningful attack of this second half. They still haven't really come into it. And Morgan Gibbs-White has played 2 sloppy passes back to back. The Blades with their injuries, I'm amazed that we are competing like we are. There's some tired legs out there, and for me, there's some tired. I've been speaking all day. I'm almost run out of words.
You never run out of words, Hal. Never run out of words. But that was our throwing before that. This one is a Forest throw, but the one before was our ball.
He's made a few mistakes tonight, the referee, and that was another one. Here's Keenan Davis takes a heavy touch, and Jack Colback can't retrieve it. Oh, and that's not necessarily the pass that's going to give Forest possession back, and they're going to go direct.
Hold it.
But that's a slice pass. We need to keep possession here now. Morgan Gibbs-White, I think he's just struggled there because that ball was just a little bit too high. Not too much he could have done with it. Terrible throw. Absolutely terrible throw. But then that's
just wasteful.
That's a waste.
No, he had all the time in the world. Just take him out. Yeah, just do what needs to be. Right, come on, chance. Go. Flex down his feet.
That's a foul. That's a booking. That's a booking.
Yellow card. 2 minutes.
Interesting. I thought you'd add on a lot more than that. 2 minutes before extra time.
That's a clear booking. He did the right thing from their perspective, though. Absolutely, take a yellow for the team. John Flecky's absolutely out on his feet, Hal. He could not even muster the energy to burst forward then. He really couldn't. I think that's would be one change. It's got to be Conor Horahan in for Fleck, I think.
I'm trying to look up how long we can stream for before it gets taken off. He's starting to worry about these sorts of things. We've never gone this long.
No. Oh, come on.
Go on, Blades. Let's get something special in the final few. Morgan Gibbs-White on the edge. He's tired as well, isn't he, Adam? You can tell because it's the decision making.
It is.
It's just not been quite right.
It's desperation. Just win the ball. Just win it.
No one wants to give the ball away. No one wants to be that man that makes a mistake. Forest are patient. They do not want to make that pass, that killer pass, because they're worried about getting caught.
Oh, no, it's a silly foul to give away.
It's going to go extra time, isn't it? It's got that feeling.
No, I hope so now because they've got the ball. There's only one chance.
No, I do not think Nick will be calm.
No, will he, Eck? Will he?
I'm not calm. I needed a pee at half time. How do you think I feel now? We're going into extra time.
I'm holding on.
I'm in trouble here, Adam. We're going to have to do a swap, aren't we?
We're going to have to do a quick swap.
You're going to have to go and I'm going to have to go. You're going to have to take over. Let's not count any chickens. Got 20 seconds to hold on. Here's a chance for Forest to try and nick it. Their first meaningful attack of the second half. Stand strong, Blades. Do not let them. Here's Keenan Davis into the box. Chance to get a shot away. It's Ghana. Shoots.
Corner.
Takes a deflection. Otherwise, it was going in. And that is going to be time.
It should be time. He should blow the whistle. There isn't time for this corner.
I think he'll let them take it. I think we are going to see this corner get taken. It was a superb header from Jackie Long throw, Adam. And we have, a corner.
Added time. Out. Extra time. That's it. It's extra time, Hal.
It's extra time,
We've done
Adam.
It. It's a result. It's in a way winning the playoffs. We've done it.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first.
Right, he's going. I'll bring you back in. So here we are, Blades. Who saw this coming? Oh, my goodness. Right, let me try and remember. Clock, gone. Okay, clock is not going to work for extra time. I'm sorry, but blame Nick. He didn't make the right one. So we are going to do our very best to update you with time checks. This has been absolutely incredible. United never say die. And you know what? It's the hope that kills you. And it is the Sheff United way. Wow. We go into extra time looking to try and do something truly spectacular and to beat Forest at the City Ground. No one gave us a prayer. Sheffield United have never won an away game in the second leg of the playoffs until tonight. Paul Heckingbottom has won all 3 of his playoff campaigns he's been involved with. He won the away leg all 3 times, 2 times as a player, once as a manager. He said before the game he was confident we could win tonight. We did. And it will need to be another goal unless we fancy stringing it out to penalties. We said before this game it was only half-time. It only took us 30 minutes to turn it around against Forest before, and it only took us 30 minutes to do it again. We had a QPR-type performance in the second half, and wow, that was, you're quite right, a very tense last 10 minutes. The Blades have done well defensively. Imagine if you're a Forest fan, you would hate Sheffield United because of what they have done to you and your heart in the playoffs. We went into this, a lot of Blades, thinking we had no hope, and here we are with hope, with genuine hope that we can do something special. Who thought we'd be here now? Who thought, honestly, hand on heart, that we could do this? Nicholas has got faith in Wes, and he has saved penalties this season. Danny, I speculated that he was waiting until extra time to make the changes. Clearly he was. James and Forest have lost the last 3 playoffs at home. You know what? None of that stuff means anything, really. It doesn't. It's different players, but you know what? It's been exciting, and that's all you could ask for, is that they would give us everything. They've given us everything since the 25th of November when Paul Heckingbottom came in. They've tried everything under the sun to get us there, and they have. And I'm so proud of this Sheffield United team. So, so proud. And are they going to give us one more special moment? And then I'll see all of you at Wembley. I've been saying it to Blades for weeks. Adam has rejoined us, and I can't tell you how much I need you to take over talking just for a few moments. Have you got this?
Not a problem. I've got it. So Blades, after a long season, 28 games under Paul Heckingbottom, it's come down to this. It's half an hour. They fought back, 2 goals down in the tie, 2 goals down for the second time on aggregate, and to come back and win at Fortress City Ground. Don't forget they've won 9 and drawn 1 of their last 10 games. So this is a home defeat, 2 goals. Oh, that's the Blades we wanted to see. That's the fight we wanted to see. Hecky has now got a big, big team talk to come. He's got John Fleck fired up. Just seeing pictures back at the ground again now. So John Fleck is there. He's really, trying to get him going. Morgan Gibbs-White, he's not been at his brilliant best today, but he got the goal. Oh, we're really going to there. Do we want penalties? Do we settle for penalties? Would we have taken it at the start? Absolutely not. I called extra time win. Hal called the Blades to win 3-1. They're both still on the cards. Davy Johnson looks sullen. The Forest fans look defeated. That goal, I will repeat, that goal that we scored in stoppage time in that first game, I said that made it game on, and boy, has it done that. So the teams, the captains are shaking hands. They're just having a toss-up to see which way they're going to be shooting, see how we go. See a couple of my work colleagues in the comments. Tommy B will be a league above you next year, mate. For those who don't know, Tommy B's a Leeds fan. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Right, we're about to get underway on the second half. The Blades are going to be shooting as they were in the first half of the game, and it's John Fleck who's going to kick things off for the Blades. 30 minutes. The season comes down to 30 minutes. We know what happened last time against Forest. 4-3. 4-3 after extra time. Could history repeat itself? Could it happen again? God, we're in for that if that's where it goes. Right, Forest trying to get their team going. We're going to go. We might lose the clock because Hal's in control of the clock and he's not here at the moment. So if we lose that lucky clock, apologies. It's not on me. I just want everybody to know that. But yes, here we go then. Extra time is underway. Michael Oliver just about to blow his whistle. And John Fleck is going to get things underway for the Blades. He's had a shot from the kickoff. John Fleck, it's been tapped back to Norwood and he's had a shot from the kickoff. That's absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, I'm lost for words. I'm going solo for the very first time here, so I really, do apologise if the commentary's not up to Hal's standard. Being the evident professional that he is. But the man is back. He's got microphone in hand.
Go on, Morgan Gibbs-White. Plays it into Davis, who I'm amazed is still on the pitch. Looked like a foul on Illiman and Dye. No chance of it being given. We can't use the clock, Adam.
I know. I've just said that. I've taken no responsibilities whatsoever for the clock not being there. Unfortunately, I'm not in control of that. I've been left solo for the very first time.
I'm sure you handled it masterfully.
I like to think so. So we shot from the kickoff, Hal.
We shot from the kickoff. What you got to lose?
Yeah, actually took a shot direct for the kickoff. Absolutely crazy behaviour. But
who was it? Shot?
I think it was Fleck tapped it to Norwood. It was that quick. I didn't really see it happen, but the camera panned to Norwood. But I think it was a shot from the actual kickoff itself. Fleck tapped it to Norwood, who had a shot on goal.
All right, let us know in the comments who it was that shot from kickoff, as the Blades clearly are intent. And wow, that would have been something special. I think it's amazing that the 11 are still on the pitch, that have been on the pitch from the start. There must be some absolutely exhausted legs, but I think it's a testament to the training that these coaching staff have got the Blades going through, because they do look fit as butcher's dogs. Ball played forward to Iliman and Dye. Gets that shot straight in.
Shot. Good effort.
What a great effort, Adam. What did you make of that?
Superb. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking, was he onside? He is, yes, onside. Player on the wing, playing him on. And Dye looked like he was going to hold it up, hit it first time. But Samba across his near post smartly to make the save and held onto it as well. As now it's a throw into Nottingham Forest there, midway into the Blades half. It's all go. But I feel a lot more calm than I did 10 minutes ago, because you know what? There's 28 minutes now. 28 minutes left. It's not a case of one slip and it's gone.
No, you're right. And we said before that 30 minutes has been what's been crucial in these games before, in 2003 and in this game. That looks like a pull from John Fleck on the shirt there. I'll take 4-3 again, as will I. And it's all about #believe, Blades. If you don't think that we can do it, you don't know anything about the Sheffield United way. Grit, resolve, spirit, endeavour, never say die. Here is Worrell, the captain for Nottingham Forest, who's taken this free kick after that pull on the shirt by John Fleck. Played out onto this left-hand side. It's a chance for McKenna, who could have had an own goal in the second half after an errant pass back to his keeper. Forest looking to try and create something early doors in this period of extra time. The Blades have to score. They know that. Jed Spence going forward, trying to get a cross in. He's had the better of Reece Norrington-Davis all night. Norrington-Davis does all right, though. Holds him back up. And
holds him up well.
Brilliant defending from Iliman and Dye, who intercepts what would have been a shot on the edge of the box. And Reece Norrington-Davis gets no time to make the clearance. And I tell you what, this is some battling display from the Blades. Can they do it? Can they make history?
I'm loving the comments from my lead supporting work colleagues who have joined today, saying we're going to bottle it. Yeah, enjoy the championship next year, boys. Back to the important stuff, the Blades. Here we go.
And here we go, and here we go. Sheffield United, and we're on a roll, and we really are playing superbly. That's a foul.
That's a foul, referee.
Get him in the book then. We've seen quite a bit from Jack Colback tonight. Just a few niggles here, there, and everywhere, and he's not got him in the book. And it would be interesting to see why we haven't made a sub. I'd love to hear Heckingbottom's thoughts at full time of extra time on that. Go on, Blades. Let's try and get something special happening in extra time. There's going to be 2 periods of extra time, 15 minutes each, and then, if needed, penalties. Adam, if Forest score, do you panic, or do you think, well, Blades need to score anyway? What difference does it make?
I don't panic if they score now. If it's 119 minutes, I panic.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, obviously preferable for them not to score, but this is what I'm saying. It's extra time, so you know what? There's 25 minutes. So if you were a goal behind with 25 minutes to go, you'd fancy this Blades team to come back. We've got fresh legs to bring on. We've not.
And that's the thing. Good point. Oh, it's another errant pass. I really feel for Morgan Gibbs-White. He's been superb tonight, but he will be exhausted. He's done a lot of running off the ball, and we have seen some errant passing from him in the final few throws of this game. Oh, here's a chance for Forest to launch something into the box. Johnson was calling for it. Gets it. That's a great ball in, and Wes makes a wonderful save.
Great save, Wes.
Adam, did you think for a moment, heart in mouth?
No, not really. I saw Wes was coming across. If he'd gone across him to the far post there, but no, foot on it, Wes, it's comfortable. He's blocked that. It'd be a clanger from Wes if that went in from there. Oh, God.
Is it by nails time? It's nervy. It's the playoffs. It's what you come for. And you know what? I said it before and I'll say it again. Canadian-born striker to win it for the Blades.
So not wanting to think ahead and preempt the penalties, but Conor Harahan, specialist set piece taker, does he come on?
He got the third against QPR. Maybe he could score the third.
Norwood, Harahan, Gibbs White. There's 3 of your 5, I would say.
I know who takes the best penalty at the club. Ben Osborne.
Okay, there's 4.
Then I'm not sure. I wouldn't fancy Reece Norrington-Davies. Maybe Fleck.
Bash?
It's not something I necessarily want to have to think about because let's see what happens. We've got a long way to go. And the last thing I want is for Forest fans to say you were already planning penalties and they got the other end and nicked one. So we're not going to think about that. Instead, we're going to focus on purely where we are in the moment. That's a good challenge. Well done, referee.
Well done, Come on, then here's a chance.
Norwood won.
Go, Sander, go.
Let's get some options on that right-hand side. Finally, we see the arrival of Baldock. He wins a corner off callback. I think that was, again, where was George Baldock? That slowed the play right down. We had men pouring forward into the box. That was a shame. And I think that's purely down to fatigue and how much running. And George, remember, he's been out for a while. He's come back in. He's played over 90 minutes. Reece Norrington-Davies been out for a while. He's come back in. He's played over 90 minutes. This is the toughest of nights at the City Ground. And it's a corner on this right-hand side. And Sheffield United, if they score here, I'm saying, I'm not going to finish the sentence then. It's Jackie Long throw who met it at the far, but it wasn't quite there. 7:26 on the clock. 3-3 on aggregate. Might as well be 0-0.
Yeah. Halfway through the first half of extra time, and it's been quite a bit more attacking than what I thought. Often these extra time periods, you just see teams sort of passing it around, no real chances, not wanting to make a mistake, and it often drifts to penalty shootouts as
You're right.
predictable as can be.
And that's why they got the golden goal, isn't it?
Yeah. It'd help if he's taking the throw in from the wrong half.
That is a great point. Whatever happens, what a performance. And I mean, that probably reflects the last sort of few months, doesn't it, of the Blades season?
Yes.
Bar 1 or 2 blips, Derby County away, bar those sorts of things, Coventry. There's been some blips. You're always going to get that over the piece. I think Paul Eckenbottom has transformed things by going back to basics, getting the arm around the shoulder of the players who need it, and giving a rollick into those that needed that. He's done a masterful job, and that's why we are sat here taking it to Forest in their own ground, and they're a side that don't lose games. And technically, we won that game. We finally won a game.
Yeah, when you went for your ablutions, Hal, that's what I said. We
pretty said both the same things back and forth without hearing each other.
Probably so. Well done, John Egan.
Well done, John. And that'll be a goal kick. Yeah. Shepherded out like a true shepherd. And from a shepherd to a Welshman, there is Steve Cooper, who's transformed Nottingham Forest's fortunes. Watching on, got a similar hairline to myself. That's what I can look forward to in a couple of years. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Yeah, hopefully gets a decent wage so he could maybe get some more upmarket clothing, because he's your typical down-to-earth manager, isn't he? Look at, like you said, Scott Parker, nice little jumper, smartly dressed, and then
I'm not touching this. Where's he taking the kick? We're back underway. We're on 9 minutes 30, and it's a poor clearance with his left foot straight out. How are you feeling, United fans? Are you as nervous as Adam and I? We've been watching the Blades for more years.
I'm talking about anything, clothing, what people are wearing. It's just the nerves I'm spouting out.
It's just
nonsense because just to detract away from. Please, nothing. Just score, and then be done with it, Blades. Please.
Well, I'll tell you, if the Blades win, not only will that be one of the greatest nights of my life supporting the Blades, but BBC Radio Sheffield want me on the breakfast show, but only if we win. And now it's got no extra time. It's going to be a very early start. And I've got to do the match reaction after this. I still wouldn't care.
Don't go to bed, Hal. Don't go to bed.
There's no point. There's no point for the blooming 6 a.m. There's no point. I mean, who cares? I would rather do it and then be there at Wembley and see you again and see all my fellow Blades. It would be fantastic.
If you do the match reaction, Hal, I think if we are at Wembley, a lot of people will have had a few and in celebration anyway. So You say what you want. If you get to Wembley, no one's going to care what you're going to say, mate. Just celebrate it. Just we've done it. Thank you. Job done. Yeah, there we go. Anyway,
Woody,
super chats
coming back on the Leeds channel next season. Do you know what? It would depend, wouldn't it? If Leeds and Sheffield United are both in the same league. See, the Leeds fans that know me, that they think, oh, he's a lot more dour on this Sheffield United way channel. Yeah, it's because I'm properly nervous and I daren't say anything. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to say anything that will curse it. Here is Keenan Davis doing a bit of juggling with the ball on this left-hand side. He's got Jack Colback with him. He's got options there, but you know what? The blades are so quick to them. And it's just a fantastic display from Sheffield United. There's bodies there. Bodies there quickly. I think he's given a foul, though. I'm not sure about that one. Garner was calling for it, but I'm not sure. And Michael Oliver's given it. What did you think, Adam?
I didn't think it was a foul. Oh, no, it is. Yeah, I've just seen the replay. It is a foul. He's sort of just tripped him after the ball's gone. Yeah, it's a frustrating decision on what he's not given tonight, but it is the right decision.
This is a really dangerous one as well. I do not like where this free kick has been given away. Forest with a chance on this left-hand side, on 12 in extra to nick it. You do feel whoever scores wins this. It's going to be floated into the box, not drilled. Not a bad one. I'll tell you what, if that was one, I think it could have caused problems. It's still alive. Is it going to roll out? Oh, that's a foul. Foul there on Jack Robinson. And it was
Robinson's left because McKenna's been booked. He's been booked, and that is not a nice challenge for someone on a yellow card. Jack Robinson's done him a favour there. He should have stayed down, got him sent off. Sorry, but I would have done. That's where we need to be wise. We give the referee a decision to make. Yeah. Yeah, I know Undai's played, what's he played? 192 minutes in 4 days.
Well, we're on 12:37 in extra time. So only a few more minutes to go until we've got the break. Michael Brown says, Hal, Joe has missed you, but Oscar hasn't. Do you know what's funny? I've only actually met Oscar out of the two in real life, and we got on like a house on fire. I do take the mickey out of him, though, on YouTube. But hey, that's for another day. Here is Jack Robinson on 13, looking to take, for him, a fairly short throw. It's straight to Jed Spence. Although it was probably one you didn't want to win for Jed Spence because it's fallen straight back to the blades. He's onside, Iliman and Ndai, no question. Puts the ball across.
Oh, he could have spilled it.
If he spilled it, Morgan Gibbs-White would have been there quick as a flash, and that would have been, for me, the winning goal. I do think, do you agree, Adam? One goal?
More than likely.
Like you said, we're not going to panic if Forest get it.
It's onside.
Oh, it's definitely onside, but we are going to cheer like crazy if United get it and start dreaming of Wembley.
Yes. But I think one goal is more than likely 99% of the time going to be.
Because over the two games, it's been tight. I think United have played a lot better in this game than we did at Bramall Lane. And it makes you think, if we turned up on Saturday, we could have been out of sight by now. Because we just didn't play on Saturday. We just didn't turn up.
Thank God we were not down and buried like we should have been.
Should have been 5-0 down, no question. And you're right.
Oh, we should have got a three-goal deficit coming here, definitely.
Yeah. And that would have been no point to this game. Because, the Blades have no strikers. We've done so well with, Reece, come along, man. It's not the header. He could have taken that ball down.
So it's not give that as a foul, though. It's inconsistent.
It is. It's an inconsistent Michael Oliver refereeing performance. That was clearly a foul. And you know what? It might force Hecky's hand here. I don't want to see Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't want to see him go off. That would be a disaster. But it's a terrible header it's a hospital header. It's Steve Cook heads Morgan Gibbs-White's knee.
It's a free kick.
Oh, it's a blatant foul. It's a blatant foul, but he's got a few, I think, big ones wrong in terms of free kicks for United. I think we could have had a penalty. I think he's just got things wrong, and Michael Oliver will probably watch this one back and go, yeah, I missed a few there. But you're going to, over the piece, you're going to miss a few, and overall, he's had a decent refereeing display.
Yeah, right. Just click. The clock has ticked past 15. We're getting into every minute counts, every pass, every mistake. One chance wins it. This is what we're at. This is it. To play Huddersfield Town, if you'd have said to me in November, you've got 15 minutes away at Nottingham Forest to find a goal to play Huddersfield Town at Wembley for a place in the Premier League. If you told me that on the 23rd of November, I'd have absolutely bitten your hand off.
Who does my boss support? Huddersfield Town.
That would be a bit uncomfortable for you.
It was last time.
Yeah.
Ball over the top. Oh, it's just really well won there. I think George has hurt himself there.
Yeah, it's half time. It's half time in extra time.
Steve Cooper's angry that they're not going to get to take that corner.
Oh, no.
Cry more. I hope George is all right, though.
Yeah. Aussie is coming on. Aussie is coming on. I repeat.
Me too, mate. Me too. I really hope I'm not. I'm having a hell of a day tomorrow. Oh, the busiest day tomorrow. You could not believe it. But here we go. Let's see.
I'm not worried about tomorrow.
I'll sleep in the winter. Let's just get to Wembley. I cannot believe he has not made a change. I'm amazed. Big Phil is standing up. I don't think that means anything. I think
he's pulling his vest as if saying, "Me, I'm coming on. Bring me on. I will get the winner. I want a contract." Billy,
I wish we had Billy involved in some capacity.
Just put a shirt on Bill. No,
saving him for Wembley. Let's do it, Blades. We've got him on the ropes. The fans are now really nervy. The Forest fans. They were expecting a party. They were letting fireworks off before the game. They've booked their hotels. We've spoken to Forest fans who've booked their trains and booked their hotels.
I think both fans are nervy now. But what is great to see is you've got McBurney, you've got Sharp, you've got the players that aren't involved. They're there, geeing the lads on. I think that's just absolutely brilliant to see them all there. It's fair play to them. It really is, because there's times when we haven't seen it. Oh, they're showing Forest opener. That seems like 6 years ago.
That was a different game, Adam. That was a different game. No question.
Yeah. That was 1985, wasn't it?
This goal, I absolutely love the work from Illiman and Dye, and then Sanderberger.
Oh, Ben Coles. What a guy. What a guy. Thank you very much indeed. Tremendous. Top man. Right. 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
€5 from Ben Coles. Whatever happens from here. Thanks for everything, guys. Keep up the great work, Ben. Thank you. Your support means a tremendous amount. If you would like to be like Ben and do a super chat, all of it goes into the running costs of this channel. At the end of the season, Nick and I tally up how we've done. On the best season we ever had, we broke even. So if you'd like to help us, please do get involved in the super chat. Adam, how do they do a super chat?
$, bottom right as you look.
On YouTube, yeah?
On YouTube, yeah. Pick. You can donate any amount. It's a sliding bar. Apparently, there's a way you can enter the amount, but it seems to operate on a sliding bar basis in a currency of your choice, and anything is gratefully received. Whatever you can donate will be very, very much appreciated to keep this channel going, to get all the work that Hal and Nick put in. I have the privilege of helping out every now and then, and a few stats here and there, but Hal and Nick both have full-time jobs and they put so much into this. It is well-deserved for them. But Forest,
there's a chance for Forest at the start of extra time after the miss in the midfield, and this could be the winner as it slid straight at Wes Fodringham. And if he'd got behind that lolly, that would have been huge. Adam, did you think that was the moment?
It was a real chance, wasn't it? It was a real chance. Sanderberger, flex. Sorry. Everything that looked so basic an hour ago is now looking like a slip or a mistake, and nerves are jangling, just don't want to give the ball away. And Spence is going to be coming forward down this right-hand side looking to attack Jack Robinson, who is on a yellow card. He gets the cross in. It's Johnson, and it's straight at Wes, thankfully.
Thank you as well, Kevin. I don't know how many sec that is in English money, but thank you. Please stop worrying about tomorrow, Hal. You'll be fine. Jack, you're right.
Cheers, Jack.
You're right, because for the Blades, I absolutely will. Adam, did you think that was the moment?
Yes, that first one more than that other one.
Who was it?
It's nervy, isn't it?
Was it Johnson who had that shot just then?
The second shot, yeah, it was Johnson. Yeah, it was. Right, hang on, what's going on here? The referee's George is down. He's beating the turf. Wes is down.
No. We can't have Wes down. This is all bad. This is all bad. We do not need this.
Have they collided with each other somehow? Or is these the two separate things? Ben Osborne's coming on. Hopefully not in goal for Wes, because that would be a disaster. Oh, no, Wes. No.
I don't like this at all. Wes looking like he's pointing at his ankle on his chocolate foot.
Oh.
So, he doesn't necessarily need that foot. But this isn't good. Finally, and I said to you, didn't I, it would be an injury that would force the change. And so it's going to be the left footer of Ben Osborne to play on the right-hand side. So we see the first change, and I can't quite believe it.
But this is worrying about Wes. This is very, very worrying. He does not look comfortable. He's rotating his hands to say he's twisted on it. Adam Davis is warming up. This could be a playoff semi-final debut. Conor Horahan coming on for John Fleck. So that's substitution 2. Are we allowed 4, Hal?
Yes, we're allowed 4 now that we are into extra time. So he's quite right to make these changes. Of course, we've all been saying if it went to penalties, Wes would be the hero. No one said Adam Davis would be the hero.
No.
No one called that.
No.
And, you don't really want it to have to be reliant on a keeper that hasn't played because he's going to be rusty.
Yeah. I'm just hoping Ben Davis doesn't come on because this would be Adam Davis, Ben Davis, Norrington Davis, Keenan Davis, Steve Davis. No, I don't know. Old Davis. Everybody's a Davis.
Yeah. Is Adam Davis's middle name is Reese?
Oh, don't even go there, mate.
It's
don't
too
even
much.
go there.
We're
back underway. Wes is back on his feet. And Forest have kindly thrown us the ball back.
I don't want a Paddy Kenny against Arsenal, though. Do you know what I mean? When he's not quite fit and he's trying to save penalties.
And then, in true Sheffield United fashion, a la Brian Gale over the late Mel Reese in that infamous game, the goalkeeper's got a knock on his ankle, so let's pass it back to him so he has to put a long punt upfield.
Yeah, it is the Sheffield United way. I know, right?
Honestly.
Here's Keenan Davis, who's been a handful already since being brought on, a tremendous striker, got pace, got power, can run with the ball, tricky feet. He's shown that in abundance, and he's done really well as the ball's played out wide to Jed Spence. This is a chance. Anything in that box, and you felt it was a chance for Forest to nick it. And I think now we're into a goal wins it territory, no question. This would probably be too much to come from behind now if the Blades would have let one slip. This is huge. This is everything. This is the season. On the line, be brave. And I would say the Blades now, with those fresh legs, fresher than Forest's, it's time to do something a little bit special.
One chance.
It's time. One chance. Let's make it happen.
10 minutes exactly to go. 20 minutes into extra time we are. Conor Horahan's missed a header. It's Spence. He's going to run. He's going to run at Norrington Davis. He's going to skin him like no. Norrington Davis held him up well, to be fair. But
he's done really well. He'll be tired. He'll be tired, but he's done well on Spence. No question.
Good little ball in, but Jackie Robinson's got to stay on his feet. That's crucial. Crossing, headed out by Conor Horahan, I think. Good little flick on.
We're just camped.
Possession.
We're camped now. We're defending deep, and it feels like we need something to break this up. We need to get a little break. We need perhaps a little error from Forest just to give us the ball back, and we can make something happen from nowhere.
Come on. Yes. Go.
Oh, that's a
Hacked.
blatant booking.
It's a booking.
He's took one for the team there, but I think United were on the break there, and that is really, really cowardly defending. It's not the kind of defending I like to see. It's a professional foul, but it's not good. And you know what? We cannot afford.
It's on Gibbs again.
Cannot afford a Morgan Gibbs-White injury. He's just hacked him. It's just agricultural defending, and it's the worst kind of way to play football. A better player than you has skinned you, so you'll go have some of that. And he's really clocked him on the knee, and he's already taken one on the knee. Dirty.
He's using his many years of experience. He'll have done that a few times in his career, won't he?
Oh, he knows what he's doing. He's a wily old fox, absolutely. And he'd have been delighted.
It's the right thing to do. From a Forest perspective, it's the right thing to do.
It's never the right thing to do. Ball's played in to Sanderberger.
Yeah, he doesn't make that challenge, and then we go forward and score. He gets absolutely lambasted, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the right thing to do. But it's not the right thing to do, kids. Actually, why are the kids still watching now? What is it? Oh, my goodness.
10:08.
Oh, I'm going to feel this tomorrow.
And
Daniel Jefferson, Canadian-born striker against Nottingham Forest, a sub in extra time.
Oh, my God. Aussie. No, it's Reece Norrington Davis. That's not Osborne.
If you know your history, The Jebbo on could be big.
It could be anything.
Big.
It could be absolutely anything.
A mazy Jebbo run. One thing I've never seen from Daniel Jefferson is a mazy run.
I don't care as long as that ball's in the back of the net. I don't care.
Maybe.
I don't think Samba's had a touch for half an hour though, has he, in the Forest goal?
Thank you, Loz. Really appreciate that. Jebbo's not on yet. We're not sure who will be replaced. My money is on Iliman and Dye, but personally, I wouldn't take good strikers of the ball off at this stage. I would take Basham off or Reece Norrington-Davis and throw caution to the wind. I'd also put Filip Aremovic on up front, and I'd go hell for leather because it is now or never. You might say we've got a lot to lose. We've actually got nothing to lose because one team is going to win this.
Yes.
Let's make it us by being brave and actually taking a risk.
Definitely so. Oh, the nerves, Hal, the nerves.
The nerves. Here's Osborne on this right-hand side, trying to beat his man, decides to check back. Oliver Norwood with his ping.
Tug on the shorts,
it looks like a foul. Referee's not going to give it. Of course he's not.
He's not give them all night for us.
But Howrahan, the substitute, lays the ball off on that right-hand side to the left. We've switched the play. Sanders coming back inside.
It's it. Ooh.
It's a sighter. It's a daisy cutter. I don't dislike it, but it'd have to be something very, very special.
It would, wouldn't it? It would.
And Jeremy, how was he? 23:52 if you want a time check. And it is now a corner to Sheffield United. I didn't see that hit anyone, so I'm delighted it is. And it's Conor Howrahan from this right-hand side. Headed away, but not cleanly, not confidently, not comfortably. Oh!
So nearly there. Oh, I thought that was the moment.
And now Forest break. Oh my God, I thought that was it. I thought that was the moment Iliman Ndiaye was going to be the hero, and Forest now have come right back up the other end. And they're going to get a shot away here, aren't they?
Uh-oh.
And it's wide. Oh, Adam, did you think as well as I did that?
I thought it dropped to him. I thought it dropped to strike home. It just didn't sit, did it? I don't want to see a replay of that. I want to see a replay of ours. Oh, that I thought was the chance. That was the arch in our eyes. It was, he's just got his foot to it. Oh, it should have been. Iliman
Ndiaye could have had this game wrapped up.
It'd have been his folklore, wouldn't it?
Twice?
Yeah. I mean, the first one was so early in the game, though, wasn't it?
Still, it's the same game.
Come on, Iliman. Win it. It's back to Samba. Defended well. Wow. 4.5 minutes, Hal, till the dreaded.
Cheers, Jeremy.
We need a goal. I don't think I can take penalties.
Oh, honestly, before the game, Adam, you'd have taken penalties, so we'll take penalties. Get onside, lads.
Yeah,
straight back to Samba. This is horrible. I hate football. Why couldn't I have learned an instrument?
They put it straight out into touch, though. Teams are nervy. They're not wanting to make a mistake.
They're nervy. No help from Steve Cooper. Watches that ball roll past him, doesn't give it to Ben Osborne. Back at his old stomping ground of the City Ground. Let's do something, Blades. Try and keep that in, Iliman. Yeah, he did his best there. He's strong, isn't he, Iliman, for someone who doesn't look particularly muscular. He's actually, he's really worked his socks off. They all have. They've all played a part tonight. You know, I think Reece Norrington-Davis in extra time has stepped up and done well with Jed Spence. I didn't think he handled him particularly well. I thought Spence had his number before, but yeah, he's done well. So, could have nicked it, could have won it there, Adam. I don't know if we'll get another chance.
3.5 minutes.
It's been a game of few gilt-edged chances.
It has. Come on.
It's a poor pass from Iliman Ndiaye, given straight back. Forest have a chance now to build it. You do not want to pass the ball, as he did just there, to Yates. Spence, going to lay it back to Yates. Looks to get something going. If this stream ends on in the next minute, as it could possibly do, I will start another one.
Link to me quick so I can get back on as well.
Hopefully we won't be cut off, but we've never gone this long before, so I've no idea. Nick deals with that sort of thing. And he never told me. We didn't even talk about extra time. Ball played in over the top of everyone in that Forest box as Berger will look to clear. He might.
It looks like he's treading glue, doesn't it?
He does keep it in. It does. A lot of them look like they are running on the beach in sand. Ben Osborne, though, one of the fresh legs back to Sander Berger.
That's a great ball.
Spread the play.
Come on. Push in.
Another of the fresh legs, Conor Howrahan on this left-hand side. Puts the ball across. Oh, it's the touch from Morgan Gibbs-White, but it wasn't enough on it, and it whisks wide of Samba's far post. Lovely ball in from Conor Howrahan, and he missed it.
Oh, he did. Wow. Oh, he gets a touch on that. It's Wembley.
Absolutely. Any goal now, Adam, it's Wembley.
2 minutes to go. Bang on 2 minutes left. Change for Forest. Garner off. Cafu, the man with the legendary right-back name, comes on.
Yeah, well, I'm glad...
I know Garner, I think, was injured because I think he'd have been one of their takers.
Yeah, I'm glad Garner not going to be one of the takers if it is going to go to a penalty shootout. 12 days, remember, if one of these teams was to get to Wembley. I mean, one of them will. So rest time aplenty. So do not fear, if you're a fan of either of these sides, that your team's going to be too tired for Wembley. Well intercepted after a poor pass from Jack Colback. It was left back to left back. Actually, it was Worrell. Ignore everything I just said. My eyes are tired.
To be a hero.
So is my mouth. Conor Howrahan. Here's Iliman Ndiaye. Ozzy leaves it. It's Morgan Gibbs-White. I'd rather Ozzy had taken it and Gibbs-White got in the box. It's not going to fall to a United foot. It's Jed Spence who clears it. It's the 50-50s. It's where the ball's landing at the moment is not where we want it.
Well done, Chris Basham.
Dash does brilliantly. Do you know what? Ref wasn't even going to give a foul there if he managed to get to it. That was superb. Tried really hard. We love you, Blades. Absolutely correct. Louis Walsh, big fan of your work as well.
30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Oh, nails are being chewed, fingers are being bitten. It's going to come down to penalties for a place at Wembley.
Forest fans would not have expected this. We know that because they told us.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a minute. I think there's going to be a minute added for the couple of little sit-downs that there's been in this.
You know, I could see it more than a minute just for the substitutions, but we'll see. We'll see what Michael Oliver decides to do.
It's 2. Minimum of 2.
2, that's what I thought it would be. And it is that ball played forward up top, one in the air by Oliver Norwood. That's a foul. Michael Oliver has let so much go, but he's got that one right.
Go for it. Get him up top.
It's everyone forward for me. Go for it. I'm amazed we haven't utilised more of the substitutions. I mean, I would imagine Big Phil has probably never taken a penalty in his life, but if he did take a penalty, he would smash it.
Oh, for penalty takers, Mr. Sharp, Mr. McGoldrick. To name but 2 that aren't here. Oh, dear. Go on. It's just falling flat. It's just...
Header on.
Head on.
One Gibbs-White.
Oh, referee! It's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty. What's he giving here?
I don't think the ref's going to give this. I don't think the ref's going to give it. It's a goal kick. I thought Samba came out. He's given a goal kick.
Why are they all chasing after him?
He's given a goal kick. He's given a goal kick. I thought this was a foul. It was...
That's a penalty.
I think it is. That's a penalty. It was Jackie Long throw, wasn't it, Adam?
He's bottled it.
He's bottled
it. It's a pen. Why isn't the VAR? I'm going to say it. We get a penalty on VAR there. And it's not in use.
I thought that was a penalty. However, it's possible he dived. It's the angle that we had there wasn't great. I'd like to see it again. I think Jackie Long throw would have possibly thought, I'm not going to necessarily score here. Anyway, maybe one last chance for the Blades. Conor Howrahan can't keep it, and it will fall to Forest, and we're going to go to a penalty shootout here. And that's how it's going to be.
Hold him up. It's penalties.
Decided.
Bloody penalties.
It's, as Adam said, it's bloody penalties. I mean, you can't say that. It's a lottery now. I mean, we haven't got a clue how most of these take pens. Some of our best penalty takers, let me rephrase that. All of our best penalty takers are not on the pitch. So we haven't got a clue. All right, players that you would want taking a penalty: Rhian Brewster, Ollie McBurney, Billy Sharp, Jayden Bogle, David McGoldrick, John Fleck. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam. George Bulldog. None of them are on the pitch. Filip Aremovic. Ender Stevens takes a nice penalty. Of course he does. I've got nothing to base that on, but I guarantee when Ender takes a penalty, it counts twice. So tough stuff, but the Blades are made of stern stuff. And we've already shown with the amount of injuries that we've got, we haven't even got a single striker that is an adult on the pitch. So we'll do what we can. By the way, did Jefferson even have a touch in this game?
Don't think so.
It wasn't quite what I predicted, was it? The Maisie run. Maybe Jebbo takes a penalty, you know, and maybe he takes them well in training. So they'll have been practicing pens. I've seen Osborne smash a penalty in against Burnley. Doesn't mean he'll take a good pen tonight, but he did do very well in the League Cup against Burnley.
Osborne, Gibbs-White, Berger.
Thing is, they're knackered.
Horahan and Norwood. They're the five.
But they are tired. The players are tired. They're fatigued.
It's one last kick.
It's the run-up. It's the adrenaline can affect you.
But Osborne and Horahan are two of the subs, aren't they? If you're going to go that route, Jefferson makes it 3.
Yeah, I mean, no, I can see it. But, you know, who's going to be more fatigued? The Blades who had the ball or Forest who were chasing the ball?
Who's going to step up? That's the question. Who wants it?
Who's going to step up? Is Wes injured, Adam?
I don't think it matters. He gets through on a pure adrenaline now.
You might be right. We've got players out there, I believe, that can take pens. You didn't mention Iliman Ndiaye.
I didn't.
And is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I just think he's well and truly gone in the legs.
There's no way that I can, by the way, update on the screen penalties. There's no way. So we will just tell you what's going to happen. I could do it, but I wouldn't be able to do it quick enough because I'm holding this. So I only have one hand free. So just sorry, but we'll do our very best. We have a good record with playoff penalty shootouts. This is not in doubt. Luke, I love you, and you're a very handsome man with big arms, but please, let's not tempt any fate, my friend. Oh, dear. Luke, by the way, massive supporter and really has helped the channel this season, and I'm in tremendous debt to him. Last chance for a super chat. Adam, we've got a lot of people watching at the moment. Tell them how they can do a super chat, my friend.
Just before these penalties start, hit the dollar sign in the bottom right of YouTube, and away you go.
Support the channel.
Loads of time to do it before the penalties start.
Support the channel. It costs us a fortune to run it. It costs us a fortune to host the podcasts. We often have to spend a lot of money on equipment. We have to spend a lot of money on going to games. Nick is there tonight. Obviously, we'd do that anyway. But it'd be wonderful if you could help support just with our running costs.
We're going first.
Luke.
If I look at John Egan, he said we'll take it first.
At best, we'll break even this season. So all your support would be greatly received. Right, we've got a penalty shootout. We're not going to concentrate on anything else but the penalties. Don't put anything in the chat about who is going to win. No nonsense. Let's not have any superstitions here. We're just going to report on the penalties. It's as simple as this. Whoever wins plays Huddersfield Town on the 29th at Wembley. That is a Sunday. That is the 29th of May. I'm just spitting straight facts right now because I don't want to say anything to tempt any fate. Adam, how do you feel?
Nervous.
I actually feel physically sick. I feel like I'm going to be sick. I feel awful.
Both goalkeepers are going, you move off your line. If you save it, then I'm going to make you retake it.
I don't know what Nick's going to do and some other Blades, by the way, with trains.
No chance.
Look at your face then. Your face with trains.
No chance.
No chance. They don't think about the fans, do they?
No.
They should be special like they used to be. Supporters trains. Special. As Morgan Gibbs-White's misses. Wonder what he sees in her. Now here's Oliver Norwood.
Come on then, Ping.
Chance to give the Blades... Do you know, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I'm not going to say anything that can tempt any kind of fate. Oliver Norwood is going to take the first penalty. He's up against Samba, who's trying a bit of gamesmanship already. A slow walk back, taking a sip, trying to put Oliver Norwood off. Norwood is ignoring all of that. He's just got eyes for the ball. Samba, not even looking, taking a stroll around his goal, getting accomplished and accompanied. What's the word I'm looking for? Accustomed to his surroundings. There we go. Norwood ignoring it.
Missed.
Samba saves.
Oh dear. Not a great start.
Thank you, Eve.
He's off his line. Retake. Stepped off his line.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah, cheers, Luke.
Absolute legends, both of you. Right, Wes. Brennan Johnson. Up against Wes Foderingham. Scores 1-0 Forest. Adam.
Yeah.
My dad always says, team who misses a penalty shootout first goes on to win.
Yeah.
And we're going to remain positive here because we've been through a lot tonight.
Yes. Conor Horahan then. Come on, Conor.
All right, please. Conor Horahan. Left footer up against Samba.
Missed. Oh dear. Two out of two missed. Well saved. Straight down the middle, he stood still. Read it. Gambled on him moving, he didn't move. Both penalties being at a good height. Could be his last kick in a Blade shirt.
Cafu.
He's got to save this one, Wes.
The sub. Yeah, he's got to save this or blaze it over. I'll take either. Just 1-0 Forest on penalties. Forest second penalty. Cafu the substitute. Long run up. Right footer. Looks at Wes. Wes looks at him. Wes gets a hand to it, but it's in. It's as close as you get without saving it. It's 2-0 Forest.
Just not strong enough in the arm. So close. Margins. Samba gets a hand, flicks it onto the bar, saves it. Wes gets a hand and it nips in. Sanderberg. Must score. Got to score. Mind games from Samba.
Sanderberger. The third penalty of the night for Sheffield United. Simply has to score. No question about it. Does. Simon, thank you. This is horrendous, isn't it, Blades? Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely sickening.
Come on, Wes. Come on.
All right, Wes, save this. I already love you, mate. Adam and I voted for Wes Foderingham as our Sheffield United player of the season. Can he have a moment to remember in the playoffs? Save it, Wes. Save it.
Nah, there's no chance.
He doesn't. It's 3-1 Forest. It's a big one. It's a big one from Cook.
Got to score. Has to score, or that's it. point of no return. If this doesn't go in, that's it.
Adam is not wrong. It is a huge penalty for Sheffield United now, and then Wes is going to have to perform miracles. Let's see if Iliman Ndiaye had a really good game but did miss some good chances. I would rather say Samba did some incredible saves. He's been huge tonight, Samba. What a performance from him, including in this penalty shootout. And he's trying to put Iliman Ndiaye off. To be fair, Adam, their gamesmanship has been very well executed.
Yeah.
Iliman Ndiaye. Right-footed. Scores 3-2. Wes, over to you. Oh, 3-2 Forest. They haven't missed a single one of their penalties. Is it Joe Lolly now who's going to take this?
Yeah.
Adam, if he scores,
that's it.
They win. Matt Morrison, £10. Big love, boys. Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate that, mate. That's really kind of you.
Come on, Wes.
What's up, man? Oh, I can't take this. Another playoff heartbreak. Lolly to win it.
He's missed.
Okay.
That's one out of 2.
We go again. Go
That's
again.
1 out of 2.
Skies it. Not getting overexcited because still all to do. Still all to do. I'd like to see Ben Osborne take the next one. That's what I want to see.
Surely going to be Gibbs White, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know what? It makes sense. Gibbs White, because he's a fantastic striker of the ball, and you usually want one of your best taking the final penalty. A bit like in cricket, you want your best at number 3.
Again, could be his final kick in a Sheffield United shirt.
You need to stop saying that. That's what you need to do.
I know. True. Come on, mate. Oh, come on, Morgan. Please. A glimmer of hope. It has to. Please.
Stuttered run up.
That's it. It's all over. Oh, dear. Gave it everything. They couldn't give any more tonight. They gave it absolutely everything to get to that, to even get to penalties, and just the ricochets didn't go our way. Oh dear. Cue the pitch invasion. That's tough to take. Not a nice way at all.
Right. We're going to end it there.
No worries.
Adam, thank you so much. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you again very soon, mate. All right. We'll chat about this when I've had time to process it all.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.